Well, a very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Flight Deck to Sim live stream today. It's 6 minutes past 4 here in the afternoon, or should I say evening here in the United Kingdom. And yeah, great day to be back in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, this is completely coincidental. About a year ago, Microsoft invited me over to Seattle and a few other, well, I say the name, content creators, to go try out the sim. And it was around a year ago. I was actually flying around this part of the world in a Cessna 172. So it's really, really cool to be able to do that. Jump back in the sim. We're going to do 2 flights today. We're going to start off here in Tacoma, I think the airport's called, or Kilo Tango India Whiskey. We're then going to be flying north, just past Seattle. I've forgotten the name of all the geographical locations and parts around here. Mariana's trying to put me off here in the background. And then we're going to go all over the north towards, I think it's called Orcas Island or something. 2 airports served by Orbex. So Mass Effect Orbex providing the scenery as well. You can find information about that in the video description below. Thank you very much to joining back as a member, Hoy345. I don't know what had happened. Your card had expired. Welcome back on board. I hope you're all doing well. 2 flights, hour each way. The first flight we're going to be doing VFR, because right now live weather, it isn't really the best VFR conditions. So we've got live time. The weather is set to few clouds in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so we can enjoy the scenery there. We might do a touch and go at the Boeing plant at the Boeing field, I think it's called. We're going to go fly past the skyline. We'll do a couple of loops around the Needle, the Space Needle. Yeah, we'll just have a bit of fun here. VFR. We'll try and comply with some real world rules as well. You'll see here, if I can bring up here. There you go. So I've got the charts planned. So we're going to try and comply where possible with real world flight rules. We're flying VFR and try and avoid controlled airspace. On the second sector, we'll be using the Victor Airways here as well. Now, don't forget as well, as it is a Sunday, not only do we have a great time every single stream, but we'll be doing our Sunday quiz, and we'll also be doing a merch giveaway as well at the end of the stream. Thank you very much, Steve May. I hope you're doing well. Toga Simulations as well, saying evening 2. Mole Man, I can't set up my sensitivity on my yoke or pedals. I've tried everything. Sensitivity doesn't show up. Not sure how to help you there, Mole Man. There's all sorts of different settings you can change there as well. But I hope you're all doing very well. And what we'll do now is grab my camera. Here we are. So using my Xbox controller, this airport here is in Tacoma. Now, why on earth did I not make a note of this airport? The name of the airport here. It was a mad rush prior to the stream because I was in the garage here, and basically Marianne needed me to go out 5 minutes before to go lift some stuff, and I'm not best prepared, but here we are zooming into the airport. We've got some of the members on as a group flight here, so it is a private one, but the scenery in the airport does look very, very nice. In fact, it would appear a fire truck is passed on the aircraft, the static aircraft there. There's another member, I think. You can hear his engines running. And here we are here. Of course, why is it they always plant someone right in front of us for this sector? Really, really annoying, unfortunately. But yeah, this is the updated version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've heard there's a few bugs. I've noticed with the default Cessna 172, there's a slight issue with the ammeter. It shows a negative charge when it should be a positive charge, but apart from that, it seems to be flying and handling quite nicely, at least. Thank you very much, RM Paris, for the €10. Seems like it's not meant for me to join you on a flight in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It was not showing up as online at your end, just like the group flight. Have a nice trip anyway, maybe I'll have better luck next time. Alright, Ian, I'm sorry to see that. I think I've added you as a friend, as a member there, Ian, but next time we'll definitely get you there. There's definitely some people online here sort of joining there, but sorry about that. Hopefully you'll be able to jump and enjoy the next sector. Cool, right, let's jump on into the cockpit here. Excellent. So it is live time, as mentioned. We're going to use the default checklist here. Now it looks like... Does it look like my graphics have changed here? I'm not sure. The settings don't look quite as good. Well, the graphics don't look quite as good. Sometimes I've noticed Microsoft seems to revert back to different settings for me. For example, on my Xbox controller, which I use to control voice, it always reassigns all the controls every time I relaunch the sim, which is a bit of a pain. But I'm just going to check something here really quickly, because it looks like the graphics have been knocked down a setting or two. It's on the general graphics. No, they're all on high end. It's just I don't know, the graphics don't look quite as good as I expected. Not sure. Let's jump on in. Steve, don't believe my rudder pedals have just died. That's a shame. You'll have to quickly assign it to your function on your joysticks. That's what sometimes I do if the rudder pedals aren't working properly. Right, so we'll use the default checklist here. We're going to be flying on the way back. The second sector I think will be quite educational for you, because we're going to be using existing airways with live weather as well, and it should be proper IMC here at the moment. Well, imagine the pre-flight inspection's done. We're going to do the before start checklist now. So pre-flight inspection's complete, seatbelts adjust, electrical equipment's off, fuel selected both. That's down here. Electrical equipment is all off. Fuel shut-off valve will open. There we go. And then we're going to start the engine now. So we'd request engine start here in Tacoma, and we're just going to put that to a 1/4 inch. Mixture to idle cut-off. Well, I think that could be... That's really unusual here. We'll put it fully rich for the engine start. Battery switch on. Beacon we'll put on as well. Clue for the quiz today. Beacon, alright. Pay attention here. Mixture now to rich. Auxiliary fuel pump on 3 to 5 seconds and then off. Now where is that fuel pump? So you'll notice that when I apply an electrical load, the amps actually increase, which is a bit unusual. Brake, well, the parking brake is now set, and ignition to start. There we are. Engine started. I forgot to say clear prop. Mixture rich when engine starts. I don't think so. Right, after engine start, we'll put the alternator on. Avionics can come on as well. We'll put the nav lights on. Ammeter check. So yeah, this is broken. It should be a positive charge here to show the battery's charging, but it's showing a negative charge. But someone did confirm it to me yesterday. Transponder to 2000 and standby. So we'll leave it at 1200, because I think, is it in the US 1200's the standard VFR squawk? Autopilot's now on. We've got the GPS loaded, although I'm going to probably avoid using it today. Now we're going to fly VFR, but I'm going to tune the Pain VOR, which is the Boeing Pain field. And you'll notice now they finally got DME working off the VOR, which is great. The frequency for the Pain field is 110.6. Push this. Right, we'll need to get airborne for that to be picked up. Flaps up, heading indicator set, so runway heading for departure. Let's get the runway QDM here off the charts. It's runway 17. So the surface wind here today, it's currently wind calm, but I'm going to use the southerly runway to make a left turn after departure to head along the river. At the moment it says live weather. Well, obviously I've got live weather off, of course, but yeah, it's a good job I have it, because right now it's half a statute mile fog and scattered at 500, so it'll be great for the return sector. They do actually have an ILS at this small airport here. But we'll set runway heading. There we are, runway 17. Compass is aligned, so we've got 260, 260. That's a little bit better. Heading indicator sets, altimeter set, so you can press B and that resets it. So we standard pressure because I don't have live weather. We're ready for taxi. Right guys, so let's have a little look at the charts and then I'll catch up with you on chat. There's the nav log as well. So here's the airport we're currently at. We're parked here right at the north, so a very short taxi here for runway 17. They do actually have a SID here, which is to climb straight and make a right turn, but we're going to fly VFR, make a left turn here. That's Seattle Tacoma, the main international airport. There's Boeing Field. We're going to try and avoid this airport here. This is obviously the major international airport, so we're going to probably fly around 1,500, 2,000 feet to start with. But yeah, let's just show you our routing today. So make a left turn after departure. We're going to maintain VFR, flying just below the airspace here. It's all controlled airspace with Tacoma. And then what I might do is we'll make a right turn under the airspace here, 1,000 feet, and go to Renton to do a touch and go. In fact, this is where I was a year ago with the Microsoft Flight Simulator showcase of the pre-alpha release when I was invited there. So I might do a touch and go. This is where they built the 737. I'm going to shut up now because I'm giving away a lot of the answers to our quiz today. And then we'll continue northbound, fly along the city skyline, head off towards Everett, which is the other Boeing airport plant, and then we'll make a left turn along the Victory Airway to Penny Cove, and then here's our destination. is it pronounced Orca Islands? The Orca Islands there. So it should take about an hour or so, and then we'll do the return sector, completely IFR, completely IMC. Awesome. So on that note, we'll start taxiing. Woody, it's weird. Most 172 checklists I've seen say to turn the fuel pump on, then advance thrust levers to full rich and priming, but I've never been comfortable potentially running the fuel pump dry like that. I agree. The checklist as well wants you to lean the mixture to engine start again. I flew the 172, but it wasn't a new fancy one like this. It was one in the 70s with a carburetor. You know, this is fuel injected. Guitar scuffs in the 172S always go mixture full rich, throttle full open, fuel pump on 3 to 5. Gans power, fuel pump off, mixture cut off. Ah, so it is correct. So it must be that version guitar stuff. Because I only flew the it was 70s, 80s built Cessna, and again that was 10 years ago. Right, anyway, let's taxi the whole point for the power checks. Parking brake released, and we're already slowly moving forward. So there should be a few other people joining us. It is offline, but it's for it was invited to all the members of the channel that could join. I definitely heard someone when I started. I think there's someone behind us just there. There we go. And there's someone's just spawning too. And we'll just do the power checks just here. Ah no, look, there's a little box here to do power checks. Let's do it in this little box here. That'd be cool. Ah, there we go. Look, we've got a... What is that thing? Looks like a grob. Cessnas galore, fantastic. So I'm going to do the power checks just there. Excellent. So parking brake set. Does the software feel more stable now, Jonah Games? It's always been quite stable for me, the sim. I've never had any major issues. We had a crash the last time we streamed a Microsoft Flight Simulator messing around with the GPS, but that was a known fault. But otherwise, it's been reasonably stable for me. Right, so you can hear them doing the power checks. Is that a Cirrus? Sorry, not a Grob, not sure. I do love how the movement is. It's not jaggery at all with other players. It's super cool. Right, let's do the power checks. So parking brake set, pilot and passenger seats upright, seatbelts check secure, flight controls free and correct. So yeah, I mean you do that in the 737 as well. Make sure there's no restrictions. All looking good. Here comes the rudders. Lovely. Flight instruments are set for departure as well. Fuel quantity indicators check. So I've gone for full tanks. There we are, left and right. Autopilot, we then engage. Well, I'm probably not going to use the autopilot today. Throttle up to 1800 RPM. There we are. Magnetos will do a mag check then, so... Oops, that's the ignition off. Hold on, let me just start again. That's the engine start I engaged, that's why the ammeter shot up, but it should actually shoot down. That needs to be fixed. Right, there's the left mag, so no more than 150 RPM drop, back to both. There's the right mag, no more than 150 RPM drop, no more than 50 between the two. Vacuum gauge checks in the green, oil pressure check. Again, it's just about. I'd expect it to be a tad higher, perhaps. It's just in the green there. Ammeter check, completely broken. It should be a positive charge, but it's acting in the opposite sense at the moment. Annunciator panel check. You can see the fault light isn't illuminated at least, so it's definitely charging. We'll then check idle, make sure the engine doesn't cut. 600 to 650. Yeah, it's around 650. Perfect. Back up to around 1,000. There we are, before takeoff checklist. All ready to go. So radios are set. Avionics will have them all turned on. And transponder to on out. Autopilot's off. Elevator trim set for departure. So we'll just make sure it's in the takeoff range. There we go. Cabin windows closed. Parking brake released. Normal takeoff. All ready to go. Let's use some flaps for departure. Let's go for flaps 10. Lovely. Guys, are you ready? How do you turn the logbook off? Not sure about that, AA Sergeant KK. But we'll release the parking brake. Looks like everyone's waiting for me to go, so Parking brake released. We'll top the landing and taxi lights on. Not on VATSIM. Someone's already ready for departure. Oh, we're going to try a formation takeoff. Yeah, this one's going to be purely VFR, and as I said, where possible, we'll make reference to the charts to try and avoid controlled airspace, so just fly as we would do VFR in this area. It seems to be so much more capacity for VFR flying in the US as well, compared to Europe, and certainly the UK. When I had the trip here in Seattle, organised by Microsoft at the local airfield, I mean, we were flying past the skyline of Seattle at around 1,000 feet. It was crazy. I mean, you just wouldn't get away with doing that in, say, London or something like that. Right, we've got at least 2 of us on the runway. Now the other aircraft have disappeared. Microsoft has a tendency of doing that, so what we'll do, we'll get ready for departure. I'll turn the music off here in the background for the takeoff. There we go. Superb. And right, let's get on our way to Orcas Island, so slowly wind the power up. Hopefully it'll start moving. I'll wait until he probably starts moving, and then we'll set takeoff power as well. So I haven't got full power just yet. Bosler using toga, fantastic. Firewall it. I'm going to clip my wing if he doesn't move soon. Oh no, current quiz champion's online. Who is it? Is it Matthew M? Uh-oh, we're going to do the quiz on the second sector, guys. Well, I'm going to have to probably take his wing off then. Right, there's full power. Let's go. Right, feed in the right rudder. There goes my wing. Thankfully he disappeared. So that doesn't feel like full power. Surely that's more. Why can't I set about 2,500 RPM? Feeling a bit underpowered. Right, there's 55 knots, rotate, and we're airborne. Right, flaps are up, should probably wait until around 300 feet or so above ground level, and then we'll climb up at around 65 knots. Ah, there they are. Look, there's 3 other. And another one's just popped up on the runway too. So we're going to climb up to 1,000 feet above aerodrome levels, around 1,300 feet, and we're going to climb up to 2,000 feet for the flight, and then we'll go up. Gear up, yep, positive rate. Perfect. So yeah, 70 knots, nicely trimmed out. It's so dark. I love the colours. That's quite realistic without the sun coming in here with the dark colours in the sim right now. Door closed, fantastic. Well spotted, the VOR has been picked up at Payne. You can see it's been identified there, so we're 42 miles away from Payne. So you've got DME distance here, 42, and then this is the GPS distance here, 42.2. So I'm going to start a gentle turn. I said I'd climb up to 1,000 feet. Remember, we are live time, but not live weather for this first flight. Love this, guys. The effects the sun has when it's low in the horizon like this. It's just opposite. The sun's just risen here in Seattle. It's really realistic. It's very, very nice. So we are VFR. Lovely. Bug up. Awesome. So we've got someone on our wing. They're about to be... Alright, keeping up. We're going to come back here, guys. Remember, we're going to do an ILS approach later onto runway 17 in IMC. Well, we'll use live weather at least, but we're going to fly as per IFR rules. Probably use the autopilot. I'm going to try and hand fly this entire flight at least. Enjoy what this sim has to offer. Tide to watch says, shout out takeoff. Good to you. Bruno Bright's Lisbon cruise at PT. Always forget to all there. Is GEG in sync? It should be, Moban. I did it just after departure. It's showing. So heading around north there. When we level off, we'll have a little tidy up of it. And there is Seattle SeaTac, Seattle Tacoma International. So obviously you don't want to barrel through there at 2,000 feet, but we are clear of their airspace at the moment. Right, approaching 2,000. So level off. So I'm now trimming nose down as the aircraft accelerates. maintain around 110 knots or so. When I used to fly in the 172, it wasn't as efficient as the S. We didn't have any of the wheel skids on, so it used to cruise around 100 knots. I think this one we're around 2,300 RPM, sits around 110 knots or so. So we'll just set cruise power out around 2,300 RPM. We'll see what speed that gives us. Otherwise, trimming nose down. Now, top of climb already. Lovely. So Echo still wants to climb a little bit there. So just trimming nose down a little bit more. Fantastic. Now this ETE, I was having a play with this the other day. I think this is the estimated time for the entire route, not for your active waypoint. So 50 minutes is as the crow flies. That's how long it's going to take to get to Orca, not for the next active waypoint, which is Painfield. So the VOR we have tuned is Pain. We're currently on the 174 radial from Pain. So if we wanted to route direct to the VOR, we could. But as I said, we're going to enjoy this flight. EMC VFR today. Look at that. Got a. Oh, he's gone again. Thanks, Microsoft. Looking good. I don't know if we have anyone here that lives in the Seattle area, but I hope you can wave to us. So do the cruise checks. Frida, fuel, radios. Oh my god, he just spawned in front of me, look. In his Cirrus. I thought it was a Grob. I've never flown a Cirrus. He's not even looking at us, look. How rude. But yeah, sat quite nicely at 110 knots or so. Awesome. So bring up the charts for you. Obviously this is a low altitude chart. I think you can... I completely forgot. This is actually very useful when flying VFR. It's a shame they don't have a VFR chart, but if you go online and type in VFR map, you can actually get all the US charts for free by the looks of it, which is great. But yeah, we'll head off towards here. We're going to fly along here, past SeaTac, and then we're going to probably turn under the approach path to get to Renton. We'll do a touch and go at the Renton plant. That's where they build the 737, and then we'll continue northbound. I completely forgot you could do that. Yeah, if anyone has any local knowledge of the Seattle area, I guess in reality, in fact, if I show those charts again for you, they probably have a corridor you can use to cross. There might be a corridor to cross right over the top of the airport. And I did my flight training in Arizona, my CPL in Arizona. You could cross right over the top of Phoenix Harbor, Phoenix Sky Harbor. At 1,000 feet, you just called up, says, yeah, no problem, just fly right over the top of this major international airport. I mean, you just cannot do that in the UK. So I might try and do that. I might go right over the top of the airport. You're currently doing training, my PPL training at Renton, says David Cobra. That's exactly where Microsoft held their preview event, and that's where I flew out of when I had my ride in a Cessna. That was around this time last year. In fact, when we have a break for the return sector, I've actually got some pictures from the day to show you guys on the screenshots, which is cool. Agentis 007, what charts are you using that show you're flying live? That was Navigraph. So if you go to navigraph.com, you have to pay a small fee for a subscription. It's around €7-8 a month, but it's definitely worth it. It's definitely worth it. There's an IKEA just south of Renton, says Alexander. We love IKEA in the Flight Deck Sim household. So David Kobo, can you get a transition right over the top of SeaTac? Because it'll be much easier if I can just cross over the top of the airport, then we can get straight into Renton. There's a couple of other colleagues of ours. It's great fun to fly this sim. I really enjoy this. As a VFR trainer, or VFR, have a bit of fun, it's great. You know, people have said to me, why aren't you flying the Airbus, the 747, the 787? Yeah, they're just a bit of fun, guys. Not to be taken seriously. But I'm going to be jumping back in X-Plane 11 on Thursday next week for another Zibo stream. €10 with tax, 10% off merch. Yeah, that's nothing to do with me actually. This weekend Teespring are doing a 10% deal off of everything. So if you wanted to get something, use weekend 10 or in the box to get that. Is Zibo mod coming for flights in 2020? I'm afraid not. Look at sectional charts, you can find the corridors there. I don't have the VFR map charts available, unfortunately. Well, we're offline, so I'm going to go right at the top of it at 2,000 feet. Just hope that no one's on final. But yeah, you can see here on the map, there is controlled airspace here. I think for this sector we're okay at 2,000 feet. You probably could get much higher. Night, you're in Class B now. It is 10,000 to 2,000 feet. I'd be in controlled airspace now then. So we'll imagine we contacted Tacoma and requested zone transit and request direct over the field. Yeah, no problem. Do we have a quiz today? Yes, on the return sector we will be doing a quiz where your name could be immortalised here in the bottom left. Mattia M's place is up for grabs. What a privilege. And then once we land back in Tacoma later, we'll be doing a merch giveaway as well. If I'm looking for more of a challenge, would you recommend the FlyJSim 727? Says Camty. Absolutely, yeah. I've done several streams in the FlyJSim 737-200 and 727. Both of them are fantastic aircraft, an absolute challenge if you want to fly. How we're going to do the return sector later, using the needles, raw data navigation. It's the most rewarding way to fly. In fact, I'm hoping to do a FlyJSim stream again, not in the too distant future, but concentrating on the Zibo stuff next week. I then have some annual leave and I want to get Concorde done. I want to do a stream in the Colomata Concorde for you guys. So thank you very much, Tacoma, for the zone transit. Obviously, probably a lot easier these days to get such a thing. We're being so quiet with flights being cancelled. Bit of information personally for you. I don't go to too much depth, but come winter, it's not looking great in the industry. So I've actually opted for part-time. So from November, I will be going part-time instead of having a big chunk of time off, which might still happen anyway, unpaid. I will be going part-time from November, but that's the way it is in the industry now. There's just not much flying. Night Tiger 00, love your streams, Captain. First time I could see the stream live. Your last stream made me fly a lot of IFR. Start with VATSIM, fantastic. Obviously, VATSIM is the place to be for some online flying. You know, it's a great network. I always love using it and stuff. I think this is one of the premium airports as well. Oh no, Petrich, what happened? Poor Petrich left the group. Look at that. Great, and Boeing Field should be just around here, Renton. In fact, we should start our descent. So you can see the aircraft's nicely in trim. I'm just making the slightest of inputs just to maintain 2,000 feet. Felix, good evening. I decided to return back to Tupolev 154 and fix last issues. Thank you very much, Felix, and for your message the other day on Discord. We look forward to flying the Tupolev again soon. It was a very, as you well know how much I love it, it's a very rewarding aircraft to fly for sure. Right, well, I'm looking for the Boeing Renton field, which should be, there's a couple of big factories there, so I reckon that's the Renton plant. It's not come up on the GPS, unfortunately. Oh, it has, KRNT. Well, we'll do a straight-in approach there. Just to show you again on the charts where we are. So we're just going to do a touch and go at Renton. This is where the 737 is produced. Obviously they're not making too many aircraft at the moment, but looks like the MAX is coming very soon. And it's roughly where the Microsoft plant is. There is Renton. Look, so we'll start our descent now. Set about 1700 RPM. What is the orange circle in the top right corner of the instrument panel? That is a carbon monoxide detector. So if there's carbon monoxide, it'll go red. So obviously the heater comes from a wrap around the exhaust, so it doesn't obviously use the exhaust, but the heat from the exhaust system is what they use to heat the cabin air. And if there's a crack and a leak, you're going to be breathing in exhaust fumes, which is obviously not good for your health. Happy Pickle, love the streams, keep up the good work, thank you very much. Tim, I hope you're doing well. Shouldn't you be enjoying your holiday with Burak? I hope you're doing both really well. Well, I'm allowed out, so I'm assuming we're doing okay, boss. Okay. Right. Fantastic. So this is... Oh, about to overshoot the runway there. This is where I flew from a year ago. Microsoft held their event here for this very game when I was playing the pre-alpha version. I landed on the reciprocal runway though. So a tad high, coming in for a touch and go, and then we'll head off towards Seattle. There's the skyline there. We should be touching down in around 50 minutes or so in Orca. So no Pappies here. Is it Avazi? I can't remember the name of the one white, one red. I don't see any of these in Europe. But 100 knots, tad fast here, so I'm going to select a notch of flaps now. Start slowing down to 70 knots for the approach. Still a tad high. Burak, did someone mention my name? I hope you're treating Tim. I hope Tim's treated spoiled rotten. How fantastic that you two have met up. And I like to think, you know, it's all the little community we have that's sorted all that. Right, anyway, here is Renton. This is where they build the 737. Tad high, actually, I'm tad high. I'm a little bit too fast here. We used to approach at 65 knots. I flew the 172 and 150, but I've been advised 70 knots is fine for the SP. Or the S, sorry. A slight crosswind from the right. Tad high. I'm pitching for speed here. Sorry, I'm using the throttle control speed like we do in the 7.3. I'll cut the power. Hold it off. Ooh. Oh, lovely! Right, gently lower the nose. Full power. Put flaps to up. 55 knots and rotate. We're airborne. Let's accelerate to 70 knots and then climb, and then we'll continue our journey northbound. Not bad. And when I was in Seattle, this is exactly... There was a young lady that took me flying, and Mariana got a trip up as well, and it was fantastic, the freedom they have. We went from Renton, we did a touch and go at Boeing Field, we flew around the Space Needle at around 800 feet. It was just absolutely awesome, really enjoyed it. But anyway, we'll head off towards the this downtown Seattle now. We're going to climb up to around 1,500 feet now. Tom Sankey, good lord, it's good to be back. Hello all. Good day to you. And this is why I love the sim. It just, I mean, it looks, you can just have the whole world to explore. Oh, look at that, we've got a colleague just trying to play catch up as well. Hopefully it'll be nice and close to us on formation. Now I have noticed, I don't know if it's a Microsoft server issue, but sometimes, I mean, they're looking okay out the window here, but I've noticed sometimes it takes a while for the 3D objects to kind of generate a bit of a higher quality image, but I don't know if that's an issue Microsoft have been having, but or something my side. Icefire, you're flying around in my old stomping ground. Good stuff, fantastic. Did I invite you to this group flight? I can't remember. I just invited everyone there. I had no clue who's behind me. I forgot to turn the aircraft labels on. Matt Burgess, that's happening to me too. Yeah, I noticed it when I was testing sim yesterday. I was having a few issues. Climbing a bit fast here. Should go to around 17. Sorry, climbing a bit fast. We should pitch up to maintain around 70 knots or so. There we are. Go up to 1,500 feet now. And this, I think, is Boeing Field. This is the home of the Museum of Flight, another place we went to go see. We did a touch and go here as well when I did the flight with Microsoft. So again, about consulting the VFR chart, I think we're okay in this zone. I think this area, the airspace is The controlled airspace is above 2,000 feet, so we are outside Class B. I think they have Class B. In the UK, a little different. Usually Class D. Right, there's 1,500 feet. Trimming nose down now. We'll set around 2,300 RPM. Should probably lean the mixture off slightly, but we're only at 1,500 feet.
50, 40,
Superb.
30.
Thank you very much, Syntac, for the $2. Who delivers the new 737s to the airlines? Thank you very much, Syntac. Are you referring to who actually picks them up? Well, typically the airline would. I think that's what you're referring to. So, for example, my operator, we have the 737. They'd fly some crew out to Seattle, and then they'd fly the aircraft empty and pretty much non-stop all the way to Europe. Thanks for the donation, Syntac.
Hello, Cap. Good to hear. Hope all is well. Are you watching the Premier League? If so, who's your team? In rooting for Liverpool.
Thank you very much, Leroy Nioni. Makes me think of Leroy Jenkins. I'm not a big football fan, I'm afraid. I'm going to upset a lot of people when I say I support Chelsea as well, but I am not really... I don't really follow it, if at all, I'm afraid, but I'm more a fan of only the large competitions, so the Champions League, semi-final, final, I'll watch, and obviously the major tournaments too, but I'm afraid I'll upset you by saying I'm a Chelsea supporter. But thank you very much for the donation, I hope you're doing well. Oh dear, got to see the chat's reaction in a second, won't be great. So you can see, look, in the sim, it just takes some time to load in the buildings there. I mean, looking a little bit square, but as one of the members mentioned just there, or someone mentioned in chat, I think it's a bit of a known issue with Microsoft at the moment. If they've been having issues too, it used to load in straight away, but I guess the amount of people playing it, there could be an issue their side, but not 100% sure. Just take that power back a little bit. Captain Jack, do you have a favourite sport? Formula 1, as we do often discuss here in the channel. Well done to Albon winning last week as well. I missed the race, but quite good. That was very action-packed again. Perfect. So here is the skyline. Well, here's the Space Needle. Last time I flew over here a year ago with the instructor, literally we were circling the Space Needle like 1,000 feet, doing circles around it. I was like, "Can we do this?" She was like, "Yeah, absolutely." I was like, "What?" Yeah, unfortunately, it's just taking a while for the buildings to load in. It's slowly doing it. The internet speed here I've got is ultra fast as well, but you can see when you get closer, they do come in a little bit better. Looking good though. Let's go down to 1,000 feet. We'll do a couple of circles around the Space Needle. And guys, make sure you stick around for the intermission as well, because I've got loads of pictures from when we did this last year. It's really cool. Terrible, for Chelsea was a swear word. Around 1,700 RPM. There's the Space Needle. So a couple of circles around the Space Needle. This is exactly what we did. It's so cool to just replicate that. Union Square at your right. Let's zoom out of it so we can enjoy the view. Looking good. Live time in Seattle now as well. Just obviously a little bit foggy, a little bit cloudier too. Can we swoop down and grab some Starbucks? Just adding a bit of power here because I'm not sure of my speed. Probably a bit lower than I should be. Yeah, around 1,000 feet, that's a good guess. Let's keep the Space Needle at the same point in the windscreen. Fantastic. Guys, quiz as well. Think about Space Needles. Think about the history of the Space Needle as well. Very Seattle-themed quiz today. Amazing. There we go. Let's go full power. And we'll climb back up to 2,000 feet and head northbound. So checking the controlled airspace, the area ahead looks like there's no Class B airspace, or the Seattle area is much further above us. I'll just show you on the charts, look. There we go, so this zone here. I don't think it's possible with Navigraph to see the height of this controlled airspace, but I should think it's above us here. If anyone wants to go to vfrmap.com and tell me what the height of the Class B airspace is here, that would be great. Let's go up to 70 knots as well. Go up to 2,000 feet. Oh look, there's someone below us. I'll race you to Orca. I mean, that looks really good now. The quality layer looks fantastic. I'm not an ultra, remember, I'm on high end. You're good, the floor is 5,000 feet. Thank you very much, Andrew. You'd make a fantastic first officer, making sure I'm not busting any controlled airspace. So if this is real time in Seattle, it's 8:47 AM in the morning. Fantastic, B9 bot. In fact, yeah, I think we can check the local time here. Look. There you go. What did you say? 8:47, 8:22. Hold on. We should be live time. That's 2,000 feet. Well, it is set to live. Now, why is it saying live is 18:23? Not sure. So I'm like an hour and a half behind live time. Or half an hour behind live time. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to route direct to the Payne airfield. Based on what happened last stream, I'm not touching anything in the FMC. My route direct caused it to crash. And we'll check the heading card's still aligned here. Might have drifted slightly. A little bit high as well. Set to 2,300 RPM. And I'm going to head direct to the beacon now at Boeing Fields. So north. There we are, that heading's good. Just going to rotate the heading bug around. Do it with my mouse wheel, but it's a little bit turbulent. It's not always quite the smoothest. There we go. That should do us. Awesome. 8:50 AM. It's 8:47. Yeah. So the clock's running about half an hour behind. Not sure why, because you saw it in the settings. I had it set to live time, so not sure why it's saying that. So we've got about 37 minutes to run till we get to Orca. Might do a touch and go at Boeing Field as well. This is where they build the 747-8. It's their main plant. I think it's Everett is the main plant there. Awesome. What is this song? I think we'll skip this one. There we go. Awesome. I need to give Microsoft feedback on that. Yeah, another thing I need to give feedback on is the ammeter here. So here's the amps. At the moment we're showing a discharge, so the battery will be discharging here. Watch what happens when I increase the battery load. So if I put the fuel pump on, you'd expect the ammeter to decrease. Look, it's actually, the needle's moved up. Should be in the opposite direction. Same with the little strobe should be on, look. And if I turn all the lights off, look how the rate of discharge increases. That needle should be not at minus 30, should be at positive 30 there. So put the beacon on, nav strobes, taxi, landing, there we are. I mean, I'm guessing in the sim it's not discharging because the volt light's not illuminated, but if it's below 0 it would show a discharge. Again, that was confirmed yesterday. I was looking yesterday, I was thinking I was going crazy. I was like, I'm 100% sure that's not how the ammeter works. Boeing Field is its final assembly for 737s and military Boeing variants. Ah. Well, I thought the 737 was all produced in Renton. Or is it? Are you talking about the Poseidon? Might be the Poseidon. So I'm not really following the VOR exactly. I want to follow the coastline a little bit more. But yeah, this VOR is the Payne Field, so if you'd like me to, let me know in chat. We'll do another touch and go in Payne Field. I'm sure they'd be very accommodating. trimming nose down a little bit here. Pretty much not making any input now on the controls. And we're not alone. Look at that. We have a straggler. Let's see if he's watching the stream. If you're watching the stream, wiggle your wings. Usually takes around 15 seconds for the latency. Let's see if he'll do it. Way! You gotta love it, haven't you? Amazing. Not bad delay, is it? With the stream. Awesome. Syntac, yes, Renton is where final assembly is, sorry, but Boeing Field is where they're painted and test lights flown from. Ah, thanks, Syntac. I should know that, seeing it's technically my office, but I don't know much about the production of it, to be fair. I just know that they're delivered from Renton to Europe. Beautiful. So I've been told Orca Island and all around this area here is a absolutely beautiful part of the world. Certainly a place that's worth visiting. In fact, someone mentioned to me on Instagram, I hadn't messaged back yet, that who remembers on FSX the default flight how you loaded up on, is it called Friday Harbour? Apparently Friday Harbour's really close to where we're going. From the original, not the original Microsoft Flight Simulator where you started at Meigs in Chicago, but I think in FSX you sometimes started in Friday Harbour, wherever you started, so I think that's nearby. Aaron Sai, I'm new here but an aviation enthusiast. Welcome aboard, sir. Isn't it Dutch Harbour? Sorry, was it Dutch Harbour or Friday Harbour? I can't remember. Michael Banaga, are you on the network? No, we are currently offline, but members only. Is there actually any ATC online in VATSIM? Because what I could do the return sector on VATSIM if you want. Let me have a look on the VAT Traffic website if there's any ATC, because I'm going to be flying IFR and IMC, so let's have a little look here. No, there's no one online around here. There's a few aircraft bombing around, but no ATC. But of course it's early in the morning in Seattle now, so I wouldn't expect there to be any ATC there. Right, anyway, guys, what did you say? Are we doing a touch and go at Boeing Field? Because there is Everett plant, where I think the world's biggest factory is there, or even possibly the world's biggest building. There's the threshold. Oh, let's do a touch and go here. Why not? So we'll join on again on a base leg, 17 miles. We'll imagine we've contacted Everett Tower. $1,700 RPM again for descent. Touch and go, please. Look at that. The sim looks fantastic. So what I should be doing is my bum fix check. Just my bum fix checks. Brakes, undercarriage is fixed. Mixture's fully rich. Fuel, both. DG's aligned. I need to have somewhere. I have my Cessna 150 checklist. I had it a while back. I just cannot find it. Bum fix, brakes, undercarriage, mixture, fuel, DG, belts, a few other pieces. There's a notch of flaps. Won't turn just base yet, so a very short final to around about a 1 mile final. Tad high, 4 white, or 3 whites now, that's okay. Take flaps 25. I'm coming on a standard 3-degree approach here, obviously, and I remember flying a light aircraft, used to come in a little bit steeper. I actually flew into a very small grass strip which had around a 500 metre runway when I did my PPL, and we had to come in quite steep. There's around 70 knots, flaps are full. That should be cleared land. Oh, it's Friday Harbour. What did I say? Dutch Harbour Friday? I thought I said Friday Harbour, I can't remember. So here we are, maintaining 70 knots on final. Remember, I'm using power to control speed, like in the 737. I know some people are taught to pitch for speed in a light aircraft. And this is where they make all the big jets at Boeing. No, 3-4 left. Looking good. Cut the power. No, just holding it off. Where is that runway? Oh, right, the stall horn. I'll take it. Flaps up. Smoothly advance the power. Flaps are up now. 55 knots. And we're airborne. Lovely. Another butter. I can't believe that last stream in the Zemo mod where we got a minus 20. Crazy. There's 70 knots. There we are. And we'll now head on our way to Orca. Here we've got some of the aircraft. Though it looks like they've got a lot of A380s here. There's that huge factory. There's another friend of ours, will touch and go as well. Lovely. They make the 747, 6777 and 78 Everett and Jared. Really cool. Superb formation flying. And right, we're pretty much overhead the Payne VOR now. In fact, it's actually sequenced to the next VOR, which is CVV. And there is actually a Victor Airway here at 3,000 feet, so I'm going to climb up to 3,000 feet. This ensures that we stay out of some danger airways. We're actually joining the Victor 287 airway. I'll show you on the charts very shortly, as we need radial outbound of 29 at 8. So that's showing us to fly right. We'll join the Victor Airway. So you can see it's quite sensitive, the radial here. We're quite close to the beacon, only 1 mile away, so you can see the radial's coming in. As soon as we're on the radial, we'll match the heading to around 300. And taking account into any drift, but I have no clue what the wind is. I need to get my whiz wheel out. Way more planes parked there today, I know. So we'll go a little bit heads down as we are flying in the instruments here. And as I said on the way back, we're going to do a complete flight on IMC. Just maintaining 70 knots. Speaker heading around 310. It's really good fun to hand fly as well. I'm going to use a little bit of right rudder occasionally. You can see the turn slip coordinator. But we're nicely trimmed out there. Here comes the radial. So I want to get the compass aligned as well. So we're now on the radial. Let's make a slight left turn. That should do us. We'll climb up to 3,000 feet, which is the minimum altitude of this low altitude airway. So what are we seeing here? So it's around 295. 295, there we go. You're out of Seattle Class B airspace here. Yeah, having a look at the maps, I think we're all good here. I see there's several danger areas ahead though, but we're on a Victor Airway. with a minimum altitude of 3,000 feet. We're on the Victor 287, which it says here on Navigraph. I'll just show you guys. There you go. So this is the Victor 287 airway. Minimum altitude is 3,000 feet to 18,000 feet. Just drifting a bit there. And that's towards the next VOR, Pen Cove, and then we're going to go from Pen Cove to Orca, and we'll fly outbound on this radial. It's on, I looked online, the 326 radial at 28 miles, we directly overhead Orca. There's 3,000 feet, just a little bit of cloud as well. So lower the nose and trim. And on the way back, what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the GPS off, so it's going to be like this for the entire sector, so there's no cheating. I'm going to just use the needles and VOR ways to fly all the way onto the ILS. When's the quiz, says Freckles? Guys, we're going to do the quiz on the second sector. Once we get to the cruise in the second sector, we're going to fly at 5,000 feet on the way back to Orca. On the way back to Tacoma, sorry. Around 2,300 RPM. Lovely. Awesome. So fun. I genuinely get massive enjoyment out of simming still. It's great. Skyvector is great for VFR planning. I've heard of some really good free VFR flight planning tools for the US. I was just playing around yesterday on VFRmap.com, and you have all the US charts available. It's really nice. Drifting off the radial, look, see it's telling me to fly right. Perfect. I will utilise the autopilot on the return sector, but I want to try and hand fly for the first sector. After you pass the next waypoint, NAS will be off to the right, says Jared. Cool. Rack on, back to basics, absolutely. Levelling off. Attitude power trim. It's 773 really. We're down. There's a couple of our friends out and about. Yeah, this is what a fantastic part of the world this is. Look at it. Absolutely beautiful. Class D airspace is from 1,300 to 4,000 feet if you stay on Victor Airway. Very cool syntax. There's that radio coming back in. And there's loads of danger areas ahead around Oak Harbour. Is that a large military station of some sorts? Not sure. Stay on this heading for a little bit longer, around 3... Let's go on heading around 320, just get back on that radial. Awesome. So a little bit firm. There's a lot of acting on the aircraft. Sometimes it's going up and down quite quickly. There's the radial. So we'll now reset our heading around 300. There we go. How's the volume for everything, guys? Sound good in the sim? My volume okay? The music in the background? Might never be able to hear it, but I hope it's all sounding good for you. I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll be touching down around 25 minutes or so. Pilot 340, would there be an option for lower tier members? I only have one tier of membership, which is Discord membership, monthly group flights. I've been so busy at work, and we've moved house recently. I actually haven't been doing enough for the members. I feel a bit guilty with that. But certainly when I'm planning on flying Concorde, I'm going to be doing some of the Concorde test flights on Discord streams and stuff like that. Sound is really good. Thanks, Jared. John Miller, could you show us how the autopilot works? John, on the second sector, I'm going to utilise the autopilot. I'm just enjoying kind of hand flying here in the sim at the moment. But we're going to turn live weather on for the return flight, fly an ILS approach. I'm just going to get the latest weather here. before Seattle. I've got a funny feeling, I've read somewhere, someone's told me that the weather in Microsoft Flight Simulator when using live weather isn't always 100% correctly depicted as well as it would be from, say, a third-party program like Active Sky and X-Plane, which is really good at applicating or taking the data from a METAR and coding it and putting it into weather in a sim. But looking right now, live weather in Tacoma, yeah, it's scattered 700, 1.5 statute miles visibility, so it's fine for the Cat 1 ILS. We'll try live weather. If it's not IMC, I might just I might make it IMC, but it's quite cool just to use live weather anyway. Live weather, live time. Freckles, you already do plenty for us members by having such a lovely community. Don't sweat. Thank you for everything you do. It's very kind of you, Freckles. And you know, I've got a lot of time off coming, and I know you guys are often playing the odd little video game here and there, so I might join you on some stuff there, a bit of fun. But yeah, as you know, I always take the time to answer any questions on the technical channel. But I have to say a massive thanks, I don't know if they're watching, to 737 Cookie, to Mike, Pilot Mike as well, who also take their time, you know, their own free time to answer in my Discord any of your questions. So that's very kind of them. Alex, thank you very much. Someone's bought a check, close, hold mug. You absolute legend. 10% off today as well. What does he say here? Love. Oh, I missed it. It was so. Oh, you got to be so quick to see the message. It doesn't come up anywhere else. Thank you very much, Alex. Buying the check, close, hold mug. Of course, the technique required to land a 737 as smoothly as possible. Thank you very much. Amazing. Anyway, so what am I kind of doing, guys? Well, I'm sort of flying VFR at the moment, but the beauty of obviously modern instrumentation and GPS is you have the GPS magenta line to follow, but I'm not actually using that at the moment. I'm using the VOR at Payne Field, and what I'm doing, you can work out what radial you're on. You keep rotating the OBS selector knob, and once the line is aligned, it'll tell you what the radial is. And as we're going from the radial, we need to read the top of the needle here, and that's saying that we're on the 297 radial here. Now, if I bring up the Navigraph charts, you can see the Victor 287. It's based off. If I close that segment there, you can see there the 298 radial. So that's how we navigate using basic instrumentation. You can see it already, look, my heading and track's off, and that's correct. Look, we need to maintain with no wind a heading of 290. Now I need a little bit of right rudder trim, so I made no input for a second. So let's put our heading exactly the same as radial, and that's not taking any drift into account. And you see, because I've drifted right here, the needle's moving to the left to tell us to fly left. But I'm kind of flying VFR and IFR, but from what I've read online here, the Victor Airways are used by both VFR and IFR traffic, so... Michael, you're quite right. Check the heading against the compass. We shall. We should do that around every 5 to 10 minutes or so. Let's just get it all steady and unaccelerated. So we're on a heading around 290,285. Let's say 285, 286, 27. It's about where we need it. Look, 272. Oh, the bug's in the way. That's really annoying. 27285. There we are. So it's all aligned. I remember we're doing some of my flight training in Arizona with Orcas Aviation Academy. Some of the warriors had a slaved compass. It was great. You never had to worry about aligning the DG. You know, it's all done for you. Oh, sorry, chart's still up. Thanks for that. Nigel Williams, awesome stream as always. Thanks a lot, Nigel. And for my Zebo hardcore fans, do not worry. I am back at work next week. Tomorrow, Tuesday. Wednesday's my first day off, and Thursday we'll be back in the Zebo mod for a stream on VATSIM on anywhere where they have ATC. I always look at the VATSIM events and generally base my streams on those. So keep an eye out on Thursday afternoon, evening. I am Paris. Spent 2 hours yesterday doing raw data flying. The 172 NDB holds, VR approaches and touch and goes, all hand flying. I was absolutely destroyed afterwards, but very rewarding. Exactly, Ian. And you know, Microsoft Flight Simulator is really well placed now for this sort of flying. Again, as I've mentioned several times before, right now we're going to have to wait a little bit longer perhaps for some accurate jets and stuff, but they will come. But for VOR stuff and basic instrument flying, they're great. Right, so I'm just going to tune the Pen Cove VOR, which you're inbound to. You shouldn't see much of a change here on the VOR. 17.2. Now it's going to say 2. Yeah, look, so we need to fly right slightly. We'll just do that. And we're approaching the Pen Cove VOR, which is just here. We'll try and spot the VOR from outside. Will Beauty House standby? Fine. Yes, it's worth noting today I'm on standby, but I'm on early standby, so the chance of getting called now is very unlikely. Essentially, what a standby duty is, guys, it's you have to be around the airport, so you need to make sure you're at home, or you have to be within an hour of being called. So, for example, if another captain, in my case, calls in sick, or if a flight's delayed and there's a knock-on effect, and that pilot's not available, sometimes we do 4 sector days at my operator. So if you're doing a 4 sector day and they say on the first sector they diverted and there's a spare aircraft available, they'll call in another crew. I actually got called off standby a couple of days ago, for example, because the morning crew had to divert from Barcelona because of bad thunderstorms and weather, so I was called off standby then. So yeah, it's just waiting around perhaps, but at this time well, usually at this time of the year, chance of getting called off standby is always, I say, a 1 in 10-ish chance. It depends on if there's how much disruption there is during the day and stuff, but very little disruption at the moment. So, right, so here we are, approaching Pen Cove. I think, in fact, this part geographically might be called Pen Cove, not 100% sure. Look at a little map here. It's called Oak Harbour. So this is Oak Harbour here. There's a little airfield here apparently. In fact, I think you can see the light flashing. Looking beautiful. We'll try and spot that VOR, which is only 2 miles away. Well, DME start range is 2 miles, we're 1.6 geographically. Request Pacific crossing. Should we just make a turn westbound and just see how long we can go for? I don't think we'll quite make Hawaii. Awesome, so about to go over the VOR. Can we see it in the game? There it is. That is the VOR. Oh no, that's it's just a house. Who lives there? Maybe it is the VOR depicted as a house, I'm not sure. In fact, I think that is meant to be the VOR. I'll just flash up the charts for you. Look, we're just flown right over the VOR. In fact, I think that house is being depicted as a VOR. Yes. So Microsoft has that's definitely the VOR station. Why else would there be a random building in a field like that? Unfortunately, it's automatically generated a house as the VOR station. But, we'll take it. Right, anyway, let's now make our final track adjustments. We're going to head 326 radial now. Outbound. 326. And once we're on the 326 radial, 326 radial at a distance of 29 miles, we directly overhead Orca. Let's make a heading adjustment. Looking good, guys. So we've used around a quarter of a tank of the fuel. At 26 gallons, got about 20. About a fifth. Thank you very much, Rykit, for the £10. Very generous of you, sir. Hey, bud, thank you for your content. What if the Cessna 152 doesn't have a DME? How would you call that to ATC? Thank you very much, Rykit. Well, good question. Now, you can get a position fix from 2 VOR radials. So you can tune, for example, as we have here, the Pen Cove VOR. And let's say, oh, there's another one around here. and that you get a second VOR, and then you can find where the radials cross, and where you can find out, right, I'm on the 326 radial from this one, another beacon, I'm on the 270 radial. You draw that on a chart, and then where the two radials cross, you'll find your position. So that's one way of doing the position fix. I remember having to do that on my PPL. That's the best way. But having a radial DME makes it a lot easier because you know what radial you are, and then you just simply know your distance. So that's one way of doing it. There'll be probably someone in chat who's far more akin to flying VFR and will be able to answer that easily. But that's how I remember it, is two crossing radials to find a position. Excellent question, thank you very much. What happened to the Russia's dancers? As if you joined as a member and I've got rid of them for now. So around 13 minutes, guys, from Orca. Apparently there's a little bit of land here. Ah yes, what's here and this little bit of land? Probably a nature reserve or some sorts, not sure. Nicely trimmed now at 3,000 feet. I'm making very few inputs on the control column, so you can see, look, I'm making very little inputs here. Once you're all trimmed out on speed, not much inputs required. Completely manually flown this, it's been great fun, great fun. Area 52. MD Bison, thanks for flying around my city. One of my favourite flights in my life was a float plane flight from Lake Union to Orcas Island. Now that was a butter landing. Awesome. Marman, you can also turn 90 degrees from the radial you're on and time it between the two radials. My goodness. I never did that way. That's, yeah, I mean, you could do technically, and if you know your distance. Well, you know your DME, but crikey, you need to know your exact speed. That's just, I mean, that would be if you're proper lost, I guess. Seb Slater, Inverness by me has been released. It's up on the org right now. Don't mean to interrupt. Thanks, Seb Slater. We'll have a look. We did Inverness once in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but I guess that's what I explained. We'll have a look. Awesome. So around 10 minutes to go. Now, let's show the Navigraph charts again. So let's have a little look at Orcas Island. They actually do have some charts here. Again, guys, I know someone will ask in chat. This is Navigraph we're looking at here. There are no arrival charts. Approach. Oh, look, they actually have an RNAV-based approach. Runway 16. Wow, it goes via Apton. That's crazy. Well, that's the beauty of RNAV approaches. You don't need any ground-based navigation aids, but we're going to fly this VFR anyway. So yeah, we'll land on runway 16. We'll join downwind. Make a left turn here. Oh, look, it's all in flipping miles, statute miles. Takeoff departure procedure. So the minimum is the RNAV approach, LNAV minima. Look at this, 1 statute mile. Where's my meters? I missed them. Anyway, runway 16. We'll vacate at Alpha 3 or Alpha 2, and then what I'll do, I won't reset the sim, but I'll put you to the be right back screen so I can reload into the sim for the second flight, and I'll put live weather on. Cybershed, shouldn't you be at 4,500 feet according to semicircular? Probably, but I'm following an airway at the moment. Oh no, I'm not following the airway. I'm no longer on that airway. So yeah, probably semicircular. We're heading westbound, so we should be at an odd 4,500 odd level. But I haven't cruised at 4,500 feet for around 10 years. I think it's in Europe as well. It varies above. When we're on the upper airways, every country's different. For example, the French, they love to do things slightly differently. They have a rule is based off the slightly different direction, north-south instead of, sorry, east-westerly direction instead of having the north-south direction for your altitudes. But you often fly non-standard levels as well. Let's got this open still. On the way back, we'll be flying at 5,000 feet. Play X-Plane today. We'll be doing X-Plane 11 next stream. Zebo mod. Exclusive. Don't you worry about that, good sir. Nice, 9 minutes away. Making wonderful, wonderful progress. Oh, it just makes me miss GA. You imagine if you live downtown Seattle. Oh honey, do you want to go just to Orcas Island for the day to have lunch? Yes please, jump in your Cessna. Awesome. Well Billy, when's the quiz on the return sector? We're going to do the quiz on the return sector and the merch giveaway after landing back in Tacoma. Guys, if you are new to the stream and you've never taken part in the quiz, it's just for a bit of fun. The quiz today will be based on Boeing aircraft, Seattle, those sort of themed questions. I generally try and base it on what we're flying in and where we are flying in game. And if you are the fortunate winner of the quiz, you'll have your name immortalised here for the stream to be on YouTube forever. You'll be the quiz champion. Every time we stream on a Sunday, we'll try and always do a quiz and also a merch giveaway. Little strip down there, look. How cool is that? Reminds me of the Ozarks. There's little strips everywhere, look. Amazing. You can just go and explore all these little places in the game. It's amazing. Nicely done. Excellent. So, looking ahead here visually, I mean, I can even show you on the chart. Look, you can see how geographically there's like a little cove here, a little bay, and then Orcas Island's at the end of that. So if you look in the game, look, if I get rid of the charts again, that's where the runway should be. So that's the beautiful flying VFR. You look outside on your map, then geographically you can see where you're going. So you have to rely on instrumentation. Private islands all over there with private strips. Ah, I see. Really would be best pleased if we did a touch go then. Oh, I completely forgot. I still... To the member who still happens to be flying along my wing. Well done. Completely forgot. I'll wave my wings. Oh, it's very hard to do that whilst facing backwards. There he is, look. Great work. So I will, again, one day, you know, jump on Microsoft Flight Simulator to do a public group flight, just for a bit of fun, perhaps. But if we were to do that now, I'd have 787s inverted flying towards me. So I just have this for the members. Generally only have it for the members now. Put my money on it and it's fin. Yeah, unfortunately we can't check, can we? Can't quite see Orcas Island yet. We'll start our descent shortly. So what's the circuit height at Orcas Island? Let's have a look here on the charts. Doesn't mention on the instrument charts. Visual climb over airport, that's for departure. They actually have a SID as well. I might fly the SID for runway 16. Oh, it's nice and straightforward. I'll have a look at that later. Yeah, we're going to do a proper IMC IFR flight on the way back. What aircraft is this? We're in the default Textron Aviation Cessna 172 free scratch. Awesome stuff. Guys, thank you all for watching the video too. How many are you watching? 630. Thank you so much. If you are enjoying watching a 737 Captain flying Microsoft Flight Simulator, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button, subscribe as well to stay up to date with the latest content. Come winter, more frequent streams will be coming. As I said, I haven't had much choice in the matter, but I am going part-time in the winter. So looking forward to having a little bit more time available to continue streaming X-Men 11 Microsoft Flight Simulator. Chris Kern, I missed your question, sorry. I do my best to try and see here. Mr. 737 Pilot, sir. One of the viewers on a motion simulator attached to Microsoft 2020. I don't know, Chris. I've no doubt someone's probably rigged that up somehow. It'd probably be great. I did see it came up on a recommended video, someone had a home Cessna 172 cockpit. He had all the G1000 avionics suite, and he was programming to use Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, so sorry. I think this version of Microsoft Flight Simulator, I've got the full deluxe version, which is very kindly gifted to me from Microsoft. It probably doesn't come without the G1000. I hate the G1000. Well, I don't hate it. I know it's the future, but this is how I learned to fly with my T-Pack 6 instruments. It's for me. I don't like the G1000. Is this real weather? No, we're on. We're not on live weather at the moment because it is kind of IMC at the moment, and I wanted to fly VFR. But for the return sector, I will go IMC. Do I plan on getting the Cessna 182 by Coronado? Probably not, especially if it's all glass cockpit. I will get some old school steam gauge aircraft if that does pop up. I'd love to have a Seneca steam gauge. I was thinking about doing this in the Baron if I'm honest, but I like flying with these. It's the only aircraft I can fly GA which doesn't have the basic 6-pack, and I learned to fly on this aircraft too. So right, anyway, there is Orcas Island Airfield by Orbex. So when we get closer, the scenery will look very nice. We'll start our descent very shortly. I'm guessing it's around sea level here. Oh, sorry, it's pronounced Orcas. Orcas, please pronounce it as plural. Also, a shout out to Bennett and Declan, two young fans watching. Well, hello, Bennett and Declan. Sorry for butchering. Am I correct here? Orcas Islands. No clue. You know I like to butcher my pronunciations. If anyone in this Seattle area could confirm I'm pronouncing it correctly, that would be great. Right, there's 1700 RPM coming up. We'll start descending. Downwind, left hand. Wonderful. We'll be landing very shortly. What yoke do you use? I'm not using a yoke-free scratch. I'm using the Airbus Thrustmaster TCA joystick. Very nice joystick. Again, that was given to me by Thrustmaster, but it replaced my aging Logitech Extreme 3D Pro, which, don't get me wrong, if you're new into simming, I'd actually recommend that as a great starter joystick. But this Airbus version, we love Airbus on this channel, it's actually great because it's got so many programmable buttons, and it's left and right-handed, so I'm left-handed, so I can use it in my left hand, which I'm far more comfortable with. So a little bit far out downwind here, make it a little bit tighter. I'll actually fly towards the airfield for now. I'm going to go down to 1,000 feet. I think the airport is something like 25-50 feet above sea level. Yeah, it's going to be close to sea level. Free scratch, do you have plans to fly Boeing? If you look at my Zebo Mod 737 playlist on my YouTube channel, we've streamed the Zebo 737 60, 70 times, which is the aircraft I fly in real life. Right now, there isn't a high quality Boeing in Microsoft Flight Simulator, so you probably won't see me stream any commercial airliners in the sim for quite a while, until someone comes along and makes a very nice one. Right now, this sim is primarily for GA. The commercial airliners are just for a bit of fun. They're okay. You know, for default aircraft, they're great. But yeah, if you want to go on Fat Sim and fly that way, you've got to be a brave man. Right, joining downwind at 1,000 feet. Bit tight now. For runway 17. Oh gosh, I completely forgot the circuit. I've got it again written down, literally behind me in my old PPL folder. The circuit, you know, 1700 RPM on base, start sending at 300 feet per minute. Oh, it's all a hazy memory. I could do a better job doing a circuit in the 7.3. Bit tight in here. And there's two of our colleagues. Fantastic. Try and do a formation landing. Fly out a little bit longer. Is the default 787 not good? Yeah, listen, if you're new to simming, the default 787 is great fun, but they are not anywhere near like their real life counterparts, unfortunately. You really need a high quality developer to make an aircraft. For example, the Zima mod is 3 years of work with real world pilots like myself providing feedback. PMDG is accumulation of decades of experience made by real pilots. They're the kind of aircraft you want. If you want them matching the real aircraft, pitch and power performance, that's what you want. Just a little bit far out there, not a problem. That's a long downwind. I was just thinking that my man knew I was too busy looking at chat. We'll take it. Very long downwind. More akin to the 7.3, the way I like it. Right, anyway, now established on final. Let's turn the music off for the approach. There we are. Full concentration. Well, that should be the 3rd landing of the day, so we've had good success rate so far. Land on the water. You having a laugh? Right, start slowing down. Right, it's 10 degrees of flaps. Ooh, a little bit fast here. 25. Ooh, might be a bit fast for 25 degrees, but that's certainly given us the drag we needed. Let's go flaps full. Get to 70 knots. Coming in very fast, very late here. Right, back on the power. Let's go around 70 knots. That's better. Ah, that's a much better view. A little bit narrow this runway. And again, this scenery, guys, all gone from Orbex. Looking good. And we'll cut the power. Come on, butter. Oh, a little bit fast to touchdown, but we're down. Right. Speed brakes up, reverses. Reverses normal, 100 knots. No, I'm joking. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Orcas Island. Fantastic. Oh, look at that. That's amazing. I didn't look behind. Brake, 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 brake. I should have looked behind a little bit sooner. Well done, chaps. Superb work. So look at this tiny narrow taxiway. Where am I going to go? Left or right? No, I'll get right. Looks like there's a little bit more going on there. So flaps are up already. We'll turn off the strobes. Taxi and landing light. Next left here. You start the APU, Jim? Oh. Right. My goodness, I love. Look at the detail of this airport as well. It's awesome. Oh look, he's actually marshalling me. Oh, thanks, buddy. I'll use this guy. Oh my goodness me, he's going to be scared. Right, stop. Oh, thanks, Cassandra. Right, parking brake is set. Right, 2 blues, 1 red, edge is dead. Now joking. Right, cool the mixture. We went to go to 1,000 RPM, do another mag check. My apologies. Oh dear, we've made it. Magneto's off. They're going to come part next to us. That's what I love about the multiplayer in this sim as well. All the sounds are the same, so when they cut their engines, you hear them cut the engines in the game as well. It's really, really cool. But what a thoroughly enjoyable flight that was. Very nice little VFR route. I'm guessing he probably doesn't have the scenery from Orbex, seeing he's gone straight through the fuel station and the fire truck, but we'll accept that today. Guys, so around, just jump on in here because it's pretty loud. What I'm going to do, guys, take a quick 5-minute break. I'm going to reload the simulator in IMC, and we're going to do an IFR flight for the next sector. I'll have a quick look on VATSIM. If there is any ATC available, I might log on the network file a quick flight plan, but if not, we'll continue as we are. I'm going to go live weather as well in IMC, so you can enjoy the condition. Oh, you just cut the power. So realistic. But guys, if you are enjoying the video so far, smash the thumbs up button, and I'll be right back with you for the return sector in IMC. See you shortly.
brought levity to each other's lives. But there's a lot more to life than that, and I realized that in these last few years. And we just became very different people. And so we had nothing in common overnight. It's very strange, but that happens.
Well, thanks a lot, guys, for that intermission. I've reloaded the sim, and as you can see now, we have live weather turned on, and we're right in the thick of it here. It's, yes, certainly no good for VFR. Well, if it is VFR, you could probably just get away with it if you maintain about 500 feet. So, yes, we'll definitely need to fly the ILS approach today back into Tacoma. Can you hear the bird? Is that birds off the song or the game? I think the game does all that stuff in the background. That's wicked. So again, this scenery is from Orbex. If you are local here, you probably want to grab the scenery because it is looking really, really nice. Complete live weather and live time. I reloaded the sim, so it has slightly adjusted my stand. So we've actually parked here now. We have a couple of other members waiting to join us for the return sector, which is great. Look at this, I'm a professional streamer with my drone flight controls. What a pro. But yeah, nice bit of scenery. I mean, look at the detail. You can even park it up and put it in a little hangar here. Wish my DJI Phantom flew as quick as this. Amazing. But here we are. Ready to go for the return sector. Jump on into the flight deck now. Perfect. So completely cold and dark. I've reloaded the sim. Hopefully it will work. I hope Smith loving the drone work. I've been practicing. That's so easy when you have an Xbox controller. It makes it so much easier. But we'll jump on in here. Get the checks done. So pre-flight inspection, mostly done externally. It's just to position the flaps down for the walk around. I'll imagine that is done. Pre-flight inspection is complete. Seatbelts adjust and lock, electrical equipment off, avionics switch off, fuel selected to both. Just pop this off, it's a little bit easier. It's set to both. Avionics switch is off. Fuel shut-off valve is open. To the starting engine page. So we're actually going to follow this procedure based off the checklist. Someone said this is how you start the newer 172S here. So throttle a 1/4 inch. Mixture idle cut off. Propeller area clear. Can't open the doors in the sim, can you? Clear prop. Battery switch on. Beacon on. Mixture to rich. Auxiliary fuel pump for 3 to 5 seconds. You can see the fuel flow increasing to 3.5 gallons as that guy mentioned. Fuel pump off. Mixture to lean. Feet ready to brake. We'll just make sure the brake's set. There we go. Ignition to start. Mixture rich when engine starts. Okay. Here we go. There we are. So I guess, I mean, when the engine starts, I mean, for me, I remember the old Cessna used to be always fully rich. No doubt someone will answer that in the comment section below. But yes, you can see the volt light is on. That's because the alternator's off. There we are. We are charging, or even though the meter says we're discharging, but it is correct. Well, not correct, but in game it's working, I've been told. Right, after engine starts, avionics on, radios on, which they are. We'll pop this on to standby for now. Flaps up, heading set. So currently on a heading of 341, 342. 341. We're going to take off runway 17. Let's just have a little look at the live weather. So right now the wind in Orcas Island is 1608. So yes, runway 17 for departure for sure. Or runway 16, isn't it? I can't sure remember. We'll have a look at the SID chart anyway. Runway 16, sorry. So runway 16, wind straight down the runway here, 8 knots. So the weather right now, looking at the meta, I mean, I know someone might be able to bring it up in chat. I can't actually remember the command myself. The weather, if you want to see it, if someone wants to do it in chat, is the 4-letter code is Kilo Oscar Romeo Sierra, if you want to get the weather right here, right now. So it's 1608 knots, 9 statute miles, overcast at 300 feet, 14 degrees, 3008 inches of mercury. So you can press B in Microsoft Flight Simulator for it to be set, but we can set it ourselves. Well, it's saying we'll use whatever's in the same. Thanks Dan for grabbing the weather so you can see it here. So altimeter's set now, attitude indicator's set, it's on the horizon. And we're ready for taxi. Taxi light is required. We'll pop that on. And the nav lights as well. Superb. There you are, that's the weather. Was there any... there was no one on VATSIM unfortunately, but now we'll taxi to Hold Point runway 16. Now, we'll do the power checks and then we'll brief the SID. There is actually a SID to fly here, and then we've got to do our best not to taxi into anyone or anything, so we'll release the parking brake. Watch your head. Excellent. Watch your wingtips. Excellent. Amazing. Met our chicken. Unbelievable. Yes, I did sell chickens many years ago. As I point out every other stream. Everyone goes, why are you using Met our chicken? That's the reason. So you can see the turn coordinator right, balls to the left. DG card spinning as well. Need a little bit of flight deck lighting here. There we go. Ah, that's better. Like the flight deck lighting, looks very nice. So brakes should work. Check to make sure they're working. Got 4 people joining us. Lovely. I keep forgetting to turn the nameplates on for the group flights like this. Pacey Atkinson, Tacoma Narrows looks to be 1.5 visibility, 2,500 overcast. Oh, that's fine. We can fly probably VFR there, but we'll do it. We're going to fly IMC the entire way using charts. And there's a nice little transition from SeaTac. There's a VR on Seattle Tacoma we're going to fly over, and then we'll make our way over there and then join a waypoint on the final approach track for runway. Is it 17 in Tacoma? We'll have a look. So we're just doing our power checks at the whole point. So everyone's going to have to wait for me to do my power checks. I'm going to go right to this corner and do a little 180. They'll be thinking, what on earth is he doing? Trying to stay off the whole point. I'm on the grass here, nothing to see here. You know what emoji to use. It's because I want to kind of face into wind a little bit for the power checks. They're like, what are you doing? Right, parking brake set. Thanks for subscribing. Plug prices. Welcome aboard. I'm alright for plugs at the moment, but thanks. Right, let's do the power checks. Checklist. Right, run up. Flight instruments are set. Fuel quantity indicators check. We have seem to have leaked some fuel on the turnaround here. Half a tank. Fuel selector both autopilot. Then check. That reminds me, we're going to go to 5,000 feet flying along the Victory Airways today. Throttles to 1800 RPM. There we go. Mag check. There we are. Left mag. No more than 150. Right mag. No more than 150 and 50 between the two. Back to both. Vacuum gauge. Check. Don't want our artificial horizon to topple over on us. Oil pressure check. It's in the green. Just oil temperatures fine. Ammeter again broken. Engine idle check 600 to 650. There we are, lovely. Mount to 1,000. Right, before takeoff, transponder to on out. There we go. Cabin pressure is closed. Cabin window, sorry, closed and locked with depressurized parking brake release, and then it's just a normal takeoff. So then, guys, just before we blast off, I'll just show you the charts here.
40, 30.
Thank you very much to Jonathan Lee for the $5. He says, cheers! Cheers to you, sir. Thank you very much for your donation. I hope you're doing very well, thank you. So, here's the SID. We're going to be flying a FEGBA 2 RNAV departure. Well, we are technically RNAV equipped, basically, with GPS, but it just says runway heading to FEGBA. Now, it's not essentially what we're going to really do. What we are going to do, so I get this chart here, is climb straight ahead, and then as soon as we get to around 3,000 feet after maintaining runway heading, I'm going to route direct to the Pen Cove VOR, which is 17.2. Now once we get to the Pen Cove VOR, we're going to follow the Victor 287, essentially the way we came in, back to Boeing Field. Okay, that is technically incorrect there. The routing was actually going to take us Victor 23, then to Seattle. Not sure why it hasn't shown that. And then from Seattle we're going to take the Victor 27 back here, and there's actually a waypoint we're going to intercept here on final approach for runway I think it's 17 back into Seattle. I think it was that waypoint. Was it Victor 165 I said I'd get after Cape Verde? Not sure. Oh, I know why. Look, I've got the wrong flight plan up. There we go. I thought it was slightly off. Yeah, I was looking at it thinking it was different to what I planned. There we are, Pen Cove. Dig in. Once we get to dig in, we're going to intercept another radial, Victor 4 to Victor 495 to SeaTac. Then it's going to be a sharp right turn towards this waypoint here, which is on the extended centre line for the approach called Sken. That's how we're going to do it here. So that's it. All we want to make sure for departures is that we have Pen Cove tuned, which is 17.2. Right, we'll get that closed. Pen Cove is 17.2. Lovely. We'll just put this to roughly our runway heading 170. Then as soon as we get to around 3,000 feet, we're going to route direct to the Pen Cove VOR. Guys, are you ready? Get your toga in chat as we are about to take off from the Orcas Islands. I still can't pronounce this place. Parking brake released. Thanks to all the other members for your patience whilst I brief everything we're going to be doing today. We'll hope you can stay up and stay close whilst we're at IMC. Right. Let's get lined up. 10 degrees of flaps. Looks like they're going to line up as well, hopefully behind us. I won't take off just yet, I'll let them get a little bit closer. Let's do a formation takeoff. There we go. I'll use the right hand side of the runway. Let's see if they can all get lined up. Amazing. This sim is to be fair. I guess some of you in chat have had some great fun with your friends in this sim. I mean, it's just awesome. It's just awesome. Here's a clue for one of the quiz questions. Look at the colour of this light. Right, let's go. Full power. Toga. Set takeoff for us. Ah, yes, the IFR formation takeoff, says Icefire. Completely safe. Awesome. So we're waiting for 55 knots. There we are, rotate. And we're airborne. We'll climb up to 300 feet before we retract flaps. There's 70 knots. Lovely. Ooh, not quite keeping up. They're airborne though. So we'll keep maintain runway heading until we pick up the VOR. 300 feet, we can now select flaps up. Just going to pitch for 70 knots. And we're going to climb up to 5,000 feet. Strobes on, Cam T. I was just testing you. Well done, Cam T. So we're definitely going to be either on top of or in cloud for this flight. Again, still not in line of sight with the Cove VOR, so that's why we haven't picked it up yet. See, look, it's still not identified, which we can expect for a while. But as soon as we get higher, I don't know if the VORs in Microsoft Flight Simulator are working off line of sight. Possibly, if we've not picked it up yet. Thanks for subscribing, Gord McCormack. Welcome aboard, sir. Release forward pressure. Pulse rate, gear up. Amazing. Also, guys, so flight time, it's saying an hour 24, but obviously we're at climb speed here. We're going to be going around twice, so it's going to be about 45-50 minutes. There we are in cloud. What's the actual temperature? Do we need a bit of... Probably just turn the pitot heat on. I don't know how cold it is here. Put it on so we won't have any issues at least. Oh, we actually have got the temperature here. Ooh, oh, thanks for the tip. Is there no way of... Local time is what I want. Is there a way of getting the temperature outside there? 52 degrees Fahrenheit. Oh, what's that in 11? That's what I wanted. Yeah, probably put the probe heat on then. So we're now IMC. And again, just want to pick up that VOR 17 to... Oh, hold on. It helps if I actually make it active. Ah, there we go. Nothing to see here. Oh dear. Right. Wrong way. There we are. So we're going to route direct to the VOR. We need a heading of around 150. So using this as my primary instrument now, look at my speed. So my scan really dropped off there. Need to concentrate on your horizon. Look at my speed coming back because I was pitching up there. So I'm just going to lower that nose, get the speed back to 70 knots. Wings level now to intercept that radial. In fact, I need to make a slight left turn, so I need to go on a heading of about 120 degrees. We're pretty much on it now anyway. And still flying for around 60 knots, so I'm going to lower that nose. Get the speed back to 70 knots, so we go leveled off. There's 70 knots, so again, pitch up now to maintain 70 and trim. Once you've trimmed for 70 knots, but the T-scan, I'm always using this as my primary instrument here, and then looking at my airspeed. Airspeed's a bit low, so I need to lower the nose. Then back to your artificial horizon. Speed's back on target, so pitch up again. Trim, nose down, height, still got 2,500 feet to go. That heading's good, the radial's coming in quite nicely. Once on that radial, we'll need a heading of around, what's that, 150 degrees. So it's constantly scanning. Look at it, keep wanting to go back to 60. I need to keep trimming for 70. So it's all about keeping the instrument scan going. There we are, that's around 70 knots now. It's 9 degrees, so we'd actually have the edge of anti-ice on at the 7.3 for now. That radial's coming in quite nicely. Got 25 miles DME. Looking good. If ice forms on your nose, it's cold outside. That's a good way of checking kick my cat. So coming out top of cloud here, looking good. When still going to maintain that heading around 130 degrees or so until we're bang on that radial, because I'm using this to primarily navigate here. I'm going to put myself around the radio. There we go. So what's that heading? 140, but I don't know what the wind is. Anyone can find the wind at 5,000 feet in my present position, so I can apply some drift. That would be great. Right, wings level. Lean off that mix just slightly. Just a bit more power. Excellent. Gear up, flight directors, fantastic. There we go, carving a little bit quicker now. Look at that. Let's turn this off. So now I'm routing direct to the VOR using this beacon. Heading around 145, but I don't know what the wind is, so I'm not applying any drift here really. That's the beauty again with GPS. Look, you could actually find out your desired track and your present track, so it's actually calculated your drift for you. That's obviously based off GPS navigation. It's 278 at 7 knots at 6,000 feet. Thanks a lot, Pacey. So it's 278. Alright, so a slight crosswind to the right, so probably a couple of degrees into wind should do it. So approaching 1 to go. I will engage the autopilot at 5,000 feet. And then we'll do the quiz. We'll look at doing the quiz. They're still behind us, look. IMC formation flying. Completely safe. At Alpaca Airways, when we try and train our pilots, all we ever do is train to fly formation IMC. It's the final exam. Lovely. I don't think 5,000 feet is going to put us on top of the cloud, unfortunately, but not to worry, we'll just fly in and out. 7 degrees here, so you have to be a little bit careful of icing, especially in a light aircraft like this. Kit My Cat, it would be cool to see the 738 being flown from VR to VR. I know, I can't believe I've actually done that. Look at that, that's because I'm looking at chat, look what happens. Yeah, I know, you could obviously do it, and we've done it plenty of times in the 200 and the Flying JSIM 200 and the 727. We've done some conventional navigation like that, but you could technically do it in the 73 without the FMC. I don't think 5,000 feet is going to put us on top of cloud here. We're going to just be in the top here. Anyway, that heading's okay for us. A tad more to the right. I'm heading around 145, 150 degrees. Good. And approaching our cleared altitude. Wicked. There's 5,000 feet, so gently lower the nose. The aircraft accelerate. Trimming nose down now. Look at the VSI now. In the VSI and the old Cessnas, is instantaneous. There's a little bit of a delay, which makes it a little bit more challenging. In the 737, it's called an IVSI, which is an instantaneous vertical speed indicator. So the VSI instantly changes to show your present VSI. But I think in Microsoft Flight Simulator, that VSI again is instantaneous, where in the real aircraft it wouldn't quite be. So my heading's drifting slightly there, set around 2,300 RPM. Just slowly descending down to 5,000 feet, making a slight left turn to get back on that target heading around 145 degrees. There's 5,000, so trimming nose down again. See, it's still wanting to pitch up a little bit. There we are. So this is proper instrument flying now. Reminds me of my IR. Oh, still wants to descend. So what we'll do now is get the automation in. Make my life a lot easier, increase my capacity. So how do we do this then? Let's touch autopilot, altitude. I think we're okay. 5,000 feet, nav, so now it's going to fly towards that radial for me. So I drifted off slightly there because I was concentrating there. I think we're all good. So the autopilot now is in nav mode, so it means it's following that inbound radial of the OBS and maintaining 5,000 feet. Engine management then, EGT's fine, fuel flow's fine, we've leaned off the mixture slightly, 2,300, yeah, power set for cruise, maintain around 100 knots, looking good. So we're currently in, I think it's a controlled airspace here, not 100% sure on the low altitude charts, but I'll bring up the charts for you now. There we go. Turn some music on as well. So we're currently routing towards the Pen Cove VOR. Once we get to Pen Cove, we're going to route on the Victor 165 airway for 18 miles. So you can see after 18 miles, look, we're going to get to the waypoint called Diggin, so we're going to have to rely on that DME distance to work out where Diggin is. And once we get to Diggin, I'm going to tune up the SeaTac VOR, the Seattle VOR at 16.8, and then we'll intercept the radial inbound, 130 inbound, so 310 radial to Seattle, and then we'll be making our way back to Tacoma. Hope that all sort of makes sense. See the traffic just about behind us. Not the best conditions for formation flying, as mentioned already. Cool. Just fixing my overlay, there we are, make it a little bit tinier. Lovely. I hope the volume's all good again. And I have 47 minutes to run till we get to Tacoma. Cool. Yeah, it's a shame we aren't on VATSIM at the moment. Just no ATC at this time of day. We did a couple of streams ago on Microsoft Flight Simulator on VATSIM. Obviously Europe, it's very busy now. It's crazy busy because everyone's sat at home flying their respective flights. Thanks for subscribing. Roberto Zopas, welcome on board. Guys, yes, Bavarian Eagle quiz. Very good. I'm just going to get a quick glass of water, guys. I'll be back in 2 minutes. And then we'll start the quiz. Alright, we'll tell you all about it if you are new to the stream. What's up for grabs as well. But I'll be with you very shortly. Just give me 2 minutes, please. Thank you. What was the radial for the 16.8? From Diggin to Seattle, just before I go plainly. Let's have a look on the charts for you. After Diggin, it's the 310 radial inbound. So 130 from Diggin to Seattle. 310 radial. There you go. Right, anyway guys, I will be back in about 2 minutes. Just get myself a glass of water. See you in a second.
Minimums, approaching minimums.
Thanks a lot for that, guys. Just got myself a glass of water. Right, so the flight data sim quiz then. How on earth does that work? Some of you might be asking, excuse me. So every Sunday, if I do stream on a Sunday, I do, where possible, try and complete 2 things. A merch giveaway, which we'll do after we land back in Tacoma. Secondly, what we're going to do is do the quiz, and as I mentioned earlier, if you are the lucky winner of the quiz, your name will be immortalised here. There's the quiz champion forever. The whole world will always click on this stream and go, wow, this stream looks amazing, and they'll go, oh wow, quiz champion, what on earth's that? So Magic M, I know you're around here in chat, your place is up for grabs, and all it is, I'm going to simply ask 10 questions and make a note of whoever answers it first in chat. Now of course, if you have a quicker internet connection, if you have a low latency, you might answer this question first. So it's also based off whoever has the quickest internet connection too. So it'll be 10 questions. If you want to have a guess of what the answer is in chat, we'll look at make sure we try and spot whoever was first. It doesn't look like you're first always, but it does on the stream. It's whoever we see first on our chat. Post stream, when you see the chat, you'll see it was actually that person. So it'll be 10 questions. If after 10 questions there's a tie, we'll ask a bonus question, and then later on we'll do the giveaway. There'll be an answer as well for that, but again I'll explain the rules for that later on. Right, I just want to make sure as we navigate here, we're approaching Cape. Why do I always want to keep saying Cape Verde? It's not Cape Verde, it's the Pen Cove VR. So it's 6 miles to the Pen Cove VR. PR is about 4 minutes away. So what I'm going to just do, guys, we'll wait until we just get past Pen Cove. As soon as we're outbound from Pen Cove on the next airway, I'll then do the quiz. Okay. So give me another 3 or 4 minutes yet. That way I can actually concentrate on navigating the aircraft. Now what I'll also do on box 2. I say box 2, we're not the 737 here. On the second VR receiver on the OBS, we're going to tune up the second VR, because what I want to do, if you see here at Pen Cove, we're going to fly outbound on the 166 radial, and I want to know when I'm at Diggin. So someone asked earlier, how do you do a position fix without DME? Well, we can actually do one at Diggin, so we can actually work one off the Pen Cove VOR. We'll fly outbound, and then when we intercept the radial at Diggin, you'll see this come online. So if we have a look here on the chart, it's going to be, what was it, 130 inbound. So what I'm going to do on box 2 now is put 130, second VOR, TACOM frequency, sorry. 1130. Tune that. It's there. Now, we need to make sure it's the correct VOR, so we need to listen to the identifier, because there's no 3-letter identification here. So it's the CTAC VOR, so Sierra Echo Alpha, Morse code's ... dash. So I don't know if this is working in the sim. Let's try nav 2. Oh, I can hear it. Listen again. Yeah, that's Sierra Echo Alpha. Can you hear that? ... dash. It's very faint. Fortunately, I can't turn it up any louder, but you can check the DME as well. So that's definitely the correct one. So select nav 2. Now we're approaching now the VOR as well. So what I'm going to do is double check that radio we need to fly inbound. It was at digging 130. So what I'm going to do is set this to 130, and then we'll know we're at digging because the VOR will cross. So there we are, 130. I hope that sort of makes sense. And then we'll just need to concentrate on the turn as we approach here Pen Cove VOR. You can see, look, it's completely IMC. Well, you can just about squint through there and see outbound there, but 1.8 miles to go. The slant range is 2 miles. You'll see that decrease, but we're going to go on a heading here briefly, set the next heading, which is 166 degrees. We'll select heading, select. There's the aircraft turning. Nice little gap in the clouds, look at that. And 166 outbound. So you can see it says 2. You'll see it say from very shortly. We've crossed 90 degrees. 166. Still not quite past it. But you'll see that go from 2 to from very shortly. Any second now. You can see on the GPS as well. There you go, to and from. We're now just past 90 degrees reciprocal from the VOR. So, need to make a slight heading left. Oh no, what am I doing? 166. The heading bug here. And we're now just joining the Victor 165 airway. I forgot we're not in a 737, so I kind of kind of undershot the corner here. So I'm just going to give myself a heading of around 150 degrees just to get back onto intercepting the Victor 165 airway. The minimum altitude for this airway is 5,000 feet. So we'll just wait for the radio to come in. And remember that distance, guys, I told you 18 miles. So once this gets to 18 miles, we'll be at Diggin, and we'll also be on the next radial inbound to Seattle. I hope that all makes sense. If you have any confusion or anything like that, please leave that in chat, and I'll try and get back to you. Just wait for that VOR to come back online. 6 degrees. Ideally, I'd probably request a slightly further climb just to get on top of this cloud. But there's the VOR coming in. Let's go back to nav. The aircraft's going to probably make a left turn and a right turn to fly outbound there. So, all stabilised. Nicely outbound the radial. Now it's time to do the quiz. Okay, so here comes question number 1. Alright. Boeing's factory, where the 737 is produced nearby. What's the name of that factory where the Boeing 737 actually isn't delivered from, but the main production of the 737? Where is that? As we dance around the Seattle skyline. Western Pants, correct. Renton, you are first. Well done to you. Western Pants is a member. Are you in Discord, Western? No, sure as well. Oh, Marianne is here, so I'll also adjudicate. Oh, I completely forgot. I haven't got my soundboard up. Oh no. Gotta have the soundboard up, Mariana. No, you can't do the sound. Outrageous request from Mariana there. Hold on. I'm not doing that one, Mariana. Correct. Well done to Western Parts who got the correct answer. Yes, it's working. And who had the most ridiculous one? Is it Payne? No, Payne is where they build the... I thought Renton was the final place where they deliver it, isn't it? Probably not the best one here. I probably got it wrong. You know how I am here. But there's no ridiculous answers here. There we are. Question number 2. I'm also trying to navigate as well, so bear with me on that one. Question number 2. This again could be incorrect. Not sure about this. What is the name of the American professional baseball team? The Seattle what? Based in Seattle. They're called the Seattle what?
Sounds like my name.
Amazing.
See, Fiona says like
Chris Hawkins, correct. It is the Seattle Mariners. Congratulations to you, Chris Hawkins. There we are, mate. Making sure I make a note of your name. Chris Hawkins, of course you are able to get the quiz sting. And there we are. Amazing. Who said Seattle Marianas? Unbelievable. That is incorrect. I'm not 100% sure. There might have been, you know, if I upset any Americans here with my incorrect use of teams and things, I might be wrong here. Right, another US themed question for you. An aircraft registered in the United States of America will have a registration beginning with what letter? Bavarian Eagle. Correct. The letter November. 100% correct. Bavarian Eagle. Let's see who has the most outrageous answer. Oh no, everyone's going for the correct one so far. Ah, someone said slimy fish. Okay. That's incorrect. Oh dear. Fazian says, no, I answered first. It might look like on screen you answered first, but trust me, when you replay this stream later, you will see that you weren't actually the first one there. Right, question number 4. More Cessna 172s have been built than any other aircraft. In what year did it first fly? In what year did the first ever Cessna 172 fly? Lots of different answers here. This is according to Wikipedia, by the way. Oh my goodness me! Oh, if I might miss someone here. Can you see that year, Mariana? The first one. Okay, I think I've seen the first one. Pilot A340, 1955, according to Wikipedia. Thank you very much. Well done to Pilot A340 for getting the correct answer. Of course, you get the quiz string dingle. What's the most outrageous year we have here? Denny Bowler 80, who went for 1911. That is incorrect. I'm afraid that's not the correct answer. 1911, impressive. Okay, next question. Home to the prototype 737, the Museum of Flight in Seattle is at Boeing Field. What is the 4-letter ICAO code for Boeing Field? Impressive, Joe. Into the future. Will Henwood, correct. KBFI, correct. Well done, Will Henwood. Question number 5, correct. Yes, pause, I'm afraid. Putting K-Chicken is incorrect. You get the incorrect sound. Oh no, that's the Metal Gear Solid Alert one. Oh dear. Outrageous. Right, anyway, I'm just checking my navigation here. We're just waiting again for that radial to come online, so keep an eye on that. If you see this start moving, chat, let me know, because that will be the point at which we intercept digging. Right, let's do now question number, what are you up to? Number 6, okay, number 6. Another Seattle-based question for you. Microsoft's corporate headquarters is located in which nearby city? It's gone very quiet in chat. Nightbot's still here. Mo Madden U is correct. He said Redmond with pronunciation on the RE. What, Redmond? Congratulations to you, Mo Madden U. That is 100% correct. What is the most outrageous one we have here? Yes, Biggie YouTube. No, I'm afraid New York is incorrect. Not the most outrageous one, but you're definitely getting a buzzer for that. It is in Redmond. Okay, question for you. Number 7. What colour are the anti-collision or beacon lights on an aircraft? X-plane art. 100% correct. X-plane art. It is indeed the colour red. Here's the quiz bing for you. Yes, I was waiting for someone to answer that colour. Of course. Oh no, I've just reached it because the chat's gone very fast. Who on earth said pink? Unbelievable. Fly24, you said pink. I'm afraid that is the incorrect answer. Unbelievable. The anti-collision light is just, of course, a flashing red colour. Right, I'll try and get the next question up because I think we're getting close to the point where we'll get the crossing radial. Currently, we're flying along a low altitude airway. What are they sometimes referred to as in the US and Canada? What airways? What are they called in the US? Correct to Chris Hawkins, and I think Chris Hawkins, that is the second time you got a correct answer. Well done to you, Chris Hawkins. 100% correct. They are referred to as Victor Airways. Oh, some good answers there. Still waiting for a most ridiculous one. Jorge345, you said Innsbruck. That's definitely that is incorrect. Unbelievable. Chris Hawkins, 2 correct there. Guys, again, keep an eye on that OBS. I'm expecting it to cross any second here. I still haven't looked at the Navigraph charts there to have a look at it. We'll have a look at the next question. Hopefully we'll get it done. Question number 9. Okay, another exterior light question. Alright. Facing forward in the cockpit, as we are now, what colour is the starboard nav light? The colour on the right hand side. What colour is the starboard nav light? Oh my goodness, someone actually answered that before I finished the question. Peter Paskov said green. I didn't even finish answering the question. Unbelievable. Well done to Petar Paskov. He must obviously have a copy of the answer sheets right in front of me. Thank you very much. We're now going to ping you there. Excellent. And now we're going to see the most outrageous answer. Black. Arnie Nimbus, that is incorrect. Right, now, have I missed this crossing? I'm trying to think now. It's telling me to fly left, so fly left. I think I might have already crossed the airway. Yeah, something is definitely amiss here. Have I got the correct VOR tuned? I think I might have missed it already. I thought I already correctly identified it to Seattle, but that hasn't crossed yet. Whatever we have tuned here on box 2, we're basically on the tail of 170. That is definitely the wrong VOR tuned. Alright, well what I'm going to do is fly outbound from digging. Yeah, I'm just having a look at them. Yeah, okay, something's happened there with my navigation. Just to show you here on the charts. Yeah, we've completely overflown our required radial. You know what to use, members in chat, for this situation. We'll find the outbound, which is 130. I swear I identified that as Seattle. I'm going to have to go to heading here. Where is heading? Heading. We've overshot this radial, so we're going to go on a heading of 090. And then we're going to go on a track of 130. God, I miss that HSI so much. That's really strange. So that's flying left, and it's obviously flying from now We know we don't want digging. Hold on, I've completely screwed this up. Hold on, we need to tune. We need 16.8 active now. Look, I didn't have it active, that's why. Oh, what a noob error. Ah, god damn it. So 16.8, I never had it active. I swear. Look, no wonder it's not showing up correctly. Seattle VR 16.8, I never had it tuned. I swear I had that tuned and checked it. No wonder we didn't pick it up. So let's do 16.8. Make that active. I'll put this to 130. So yeah, I mean, it would never have crossed, guys, because I never had it correctly tuned. I had the wrong VOR tuned. So it's all incorrectly navigated. What's it doing now? Hold on. I'm picking up a different VOR here. I'm picking up a different VOR. So let's go back to. I mean, when I tested this, just go to a heading select here. When I tested this earlier, I tested this sector before, and let's just show you the VOR. Look, I tuned it up and it worked absolutely perfectly. So 16.8 for is the Seattle VOR. Oh, it's a VORTAG. That could be why. Now I think a standard TACAM, we can't use the radial off, can we? Unless we don't have the equipment. It's a VORTAG. But it worked when I tested it, so, and it's working now. Look, you can see that the radial's coming in online, but the aircraft, when I clicked nav, didn't want to navigate on it. So let's just stay on this heading for a second, and then once we're bang on the radial, we go back to nav. You can see the radial's coming in. In fact, what I just want to do here, it's 2. Just press nav now, just see what it does. Okay, look, it seems to be working correctly. I just pressed nav now though, but it was flying away. It's like the nav receiver wasn't tuned to box 1. Just want to see what the aircraft does here. Now, why are we not flying onto that radial? Or is it? It's just making really aggressive turns to fly on it. Yeah, that's better. So it should be taking a left turn here to get back onto like the 130 radial, but the actual, I'll put the exact radial on it, which is 130. There we go. But look at that, it makes very aggressive turns, so it's very confusing. But we're definitely heading in the right. Oh, hold on, I've got the chart up. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm not sure what's happened there. Let's just double check and make sure this is definitely the right beacon. That's Sierra Echo Alpha, so ... dash. That's, yeah, I just heard it, Sierra Echo Alpha. I mean, you can see the idents there, Sierra Echo Alpha. Very interesting, but yeah, the aircraft's making quite aggressive turns to stay on the radial there. But yeah, that's completely my fault. What I should have done, I think I accidentally knocked something, because I think I'll play back the video later. The VR was never active. 16.8 was never active, so that's why we didn't get the crossing radial. So you can see now we're both nav's tuned to 16.8. Look, they're both showing on. We're on the inbound 130 now, so that's all working correctly. And I'll show you the charts. I mean, it's slightly off track. 130 and I mean, it's bang on 130 here. Look, probably another click there. So that's going to be making a right turn, which is actually going to take us further away from the VR there. So I'm not sure why it's not exactly matching. Right, let me just get the compass realigned. That shouldn't make any difference anyway, because we're following the VOR radial, but I just want to get wings level. And then we'll carry on with the quiz. My goodness. It just doesn't seem to be navigating correctly. There we are. I think it just wants to be smack bang on the radial. But it is flying slightly off course, though, even though it is bang on 130. Right, let's just get wings level here, and then we'll align the heading. Look. Randy Leahy, aviate, navigate, communicate, be a quizmaster. When the quiz is running, everything goes out the window. Well, I hope it works correctly, because we're going to need it to get the IMC ILS approach. Right, okay, so we're pretty much wings level there. Our heading is... Let's stabilise. 125. It's drifted slightly. Yeah, 125, but you can see it shouldn't affect it because it's flying the VR. Right, so just to show you, look, we're bang on now. 130, 130, like smack bang, but it's slightly, show you the chart, so it's slightly off the track, and it's definitely 130, isn't it? Yeah, 310 radial, so we should be a little bit closer to the line there. Anyway, let's not get too distracted by what's aboard, which is finishing this quiz. I'm so sorry that the fact that I didn't tune box 2 correctly meant we had a little issue with navigating, but there we are. Where did we get to? Question number 10. Yes, sorry. Question number 9 was correctly answered by Peter Paskov. Green is indeed the starboard colour of the nav light as you face forward. Red is on the left. Here's a nice rule of thumb to always remember. I don't think we can see the nav lights from the interior view here. How do I go outside again? There we are. So you can see, look, the nav light on the right hand side, the starboard. Look at that, flying in formation in IMC, amazing. Green on the right, red on the left. Nice rule of thumb to remember. If you think on a ship, port is left, starboard is right. Port, the colour of the Portuguese wine is red, and port is left. So if you think red is port, it's kind of red wine, and then port is left, you'll always remember it's on the left wing. That's how I always remembered. Right, let's finish this quiz. So question number 10. Bear in mind that Chris Hawkins has 2 correct answers, so unless someone who's already answered correctly first gets the correct answer, it will be the new quiz champion, Chris Hawkins. So here we go, question number 10. Seattle's Space Needle opened to the public in what year? The Space Needle, which we flew around in circles around earlier, what year was that open to the public? Again, that's definitely one for Wikipedia. Correct to Magif P. Magif P. Congratulations, you got the last question correct, and I'm afraid we have a winner. If we want to continue the quiz, we did have a bonus question, which I will save for another time. Congratulations to you. 1962 is correct to Magif P, and of course, a correct answer needs the correct soundboard. Brett said 7700. That is incorrect. That is not good. Right, that is it. The quiz is over. We have a quiz champion. Congratulations to Chris Hawkins, if you are still here. Thank you very much for your patience whilst we tried to make circles navigating under IMC. Completely made a dog's dinner of that, but I'll now update you as the quiz champion in the overlay below. There we are. Sorry, Mattia M, your position has been lost to a regular subscriber, I believe, Chris Hawkins. In gold, look. A champion's colour. There you are. Immortalised forever in this stream. Congratulations to you. There we are, all fixed. The overlay is looking resplendent. Amazing. Congratulations to you, sir. So don't forget as well, we are going to be doing the merch giveaway shortly. We're 18 miles away, doing around 100 knots. That's going to take about in between 9 and 18, around 12-13 minutes to get there at this speed. Thank you very much to Nario, who's just joined as a member. Welcome aboard. Glad you are enjoying the content. You'll get invited to our members-only Discord. Apparently there's 4 new members. Have I said thank you to all the new members there? I'm not sure, but thank you very much. Welcome aboard. To get invited to our members-only Discord, make sure you synchronise your YouTube to Discord. Type in YouTube Discord synchronisation to work out how to be invited. Enjoy your custom emojis in chat as well. Thank you very much, and welcome. Chris Hawkins, thank you. Watching this whilst I'm studying up my instrument check ride coming up. Chris Hawkins, please don't do exactly what I did when I was approaching the digging waypoints and realised I had the incorrect nav aid tune, didn't identify it correctly, and then made a dog sit. I definitely wouldn't want to do that on my check ride. But we got there in the end. Got there in the end. Thank you very much, and well done to you, Chris. When was it I passed my IR? 2010. No, 2011, so 9 years, just over nearly 10 years ago now, in a Seneca steam gauge. And, you know, the beauty of flying an aircraft like the 737, albeit very old, with automation and an accurate navigation display system, you really don't need to rely on those skills, and you can get rusty, and I have to confess, you know, prior to Restream regularly, I was a little bit rusty when it came to flying like this, but definitely flying the 200, the FlyJSim 200, the 727 in the sim. It really does help you hone and practice these skills in indeed, but it's been a long time since I've navigated using this instrument. On the Seneca we had a HSI, and it's so much easier to navigate with a HSI than it is with, with this. Oh my days! Did you see that? It's trouble in paradise. So yeah, it's I'm not really doing it justice, as I must stress to you as well, Chris. You know, this is purely for entertainment purposes, so don't take on board anything I'm saying on these streams if you happen to be learning to fly. They are purely for entertainment, because you know, I'm making several mistakes as you saw, and things like that. But yeah, thanks for joining at least the stream. Right, we'll turn up the instrument lighting here slightly, a little bit dim. There we are, that's better. So around 15 minutes to land, inbound now to Seattle, Tacoma. We're going directly to the VORTAC there. There we are. So again, you'd need to request some sort of permission here. Look at this, we're going to be at 4,000 feet. So that could cause issues for aircraft on approach here, but so we'll continue as we are. We're going to make a sharp right turn then to Victor 27. So what I'm going to do now is bring up the charts for our arrival here. So, how do I... There we go. So all I'm going to bring up is there's no star here, but if we have a look at the approach chart here for the ILS approach runway 17, they've got a nice little routing for us. Look, it goes from the Seattle VORTAC outbound, track 227 for 11 miles, will descend to 2,000 feet, and that intercepts the localizer for the ILS exactly at 2,000 feet, or glides up at 1964. So what we'll do is, after Seattle, fly outbound on the 227, descend to 2,000 feet, and then when we get to Skent, we'll intercept the ILS and then fly straight from a 5-mile final onto the ILS approach. So if all goes well, that is the plan. So yeah, nice. It worked out really nicely when I was looking to do a nice little flight like this. I saw that Orcas had 2 airports. I had a look at this approach here, and I thought, oh, that would work out really nicely for the IFR flights. So that is what we're going to do. So what I'm going to do is as we are, I have 16.8 active, but I'm going to put the ILS frequency on standby now, which is 109.1. Minimums for this approach. 167, so 494 feet, so we'll make a note of that. Let's just call that 500 for cash. And missed approach, it's quite long, it's essentially go all the way out to Seattle VOR, but you'll probably be able to get some sort of vectors from radar. But yeah, nice approach to fly. Final approach course will set later on, but all looking good. IMC for the entire sector. Touching down in around 15 minutes. Whose idea was that approach? Who knows, my man? It's a nice one. Hope Smith, am I going to make my connection? I'm going as fast as I can. Housefish, why would you need permission? Doesn't IFR imply permission into Class B if IFR flight plan is approved? Possibly, House, but this arrival takes us right over the top of Seattle Tacoma International Airport, a major international airport. I mean, we're flying along Victor Airways. I'd like to think that they wouldn't vector you exactly as we're flying today, or certainly fly this sort of instrument approach in here. I'm not sure. Unfamiliar with the area. I'm actually going to have a look at the latest METAR as well. So right now, yeah, definitely favouring this runway. We should be fine. It's overcast. Oh no, it's a few clouds at 600 feet now. Winds from the south, so it should be. I mean, it should be completely fine. But yes, soon we're approaching right over the top of SeaTac. Then we'll commence our descent. Seeing 6 degrees. I mean, you probably get a little bit of icing here. I wouldn't be too comfortable in the Cessna up here, but at least we've got the probe heat on. I know the ammeter's showing a slight Discharge again, remember that's completely broken. That would showing a slight positive charge. But 5.86 DME from the VOR. Difference is the slant range, remember. But you would already be under control of SeaTac approach and thus be given clearance either way. Of course, Dawn, Joanne, I'm very unfamiliar with the rules here, but I'm sure this arrival is probably approved in some way. You wouldn't want to be too much low, because if an aircraft went away, or went around, I mean, this VOR is right over, I think it's on the airfield, I think, so I'm not sure. Certainly, it's unusual to see these sort of arrivals or be able to fly an aircraft like this in Europe, busy international airports. But I know in the US they're so much more accommodating for general aviation, so it probably wouldn't be such an issue. Anyway, nearly overhead the VOR. As soon as we're over the beacon, we're going to descend to 2,000 feet. So what I'll do is put that outbound track here, 227. About there. DG's in line with the compass. Very good. 3 miles to run. Going to show you the charts. There we are. So we're kind of routing in this direction, direct to Seattle, and then we're going to go outbound 227 radial until 11.3 DME, and that's when we'll be overhead Sken. You've got it beyond. Smash the thumbs up, guys, if you are enjoying the video. Don't forget to smash the thumbs up. We've got 600 of you watching, 379 likes. I'd like to at least have the amount of likes, the amount of people watching, but if you are enjoying watching this, don't forget to smash the thumbs up button after landing. That is it for number 3 for today. A housefish, I suppose I've only flown through Class C in the US as a GA pilot, but it was very simple. Even had Southwest flight holding short for my Cessna 152. It's so restrictive in the UK, certainly GA flying now, unfortunately. Right, anyway, we're pretty much over the beacon now, approaching the cone of confusion. You can see GPS distance is 1 mile, so what I'm going to do is give myself a little bit of a heading now to intercept the next outbound radial. So there's heading. Just going on a heading of around... 230 should do it. And we'll put the next outbound track, which was 227. Descend to 2,000 feet. So we'll probably need to fly left a little bit here. So I'm just going to go on a heading of around 210, and we should see that come in very soon on both sides. So there's about 227 there. Wicked. And we'll descend to 2,000 feet. So there we are, there's the radio coming in, so I can go back to nav. Just wait until we're bang on it. Here it comes in. Right, let's activate nav. We're now flying outbound. We've got it on the second OBS as well. And we'll get now descend down to 2,000 feet. Now I'm going to try and use the autopilot. So if I press vertical speed, where is the vertical speed button, or do I just press down? Let's press down once. Oh, there we go. Christ, wait, oh my goodness me. I pressed down once and it's going down at 2,000 feet per minute. Jeebus. Right, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think on the autopilot on the Cessna, if you press it down once, it does 2,000 feet per minute descent rate. Unbelievable. That's hypersensitive. I'm just going to press up one more time. Right, let's press up. I mean, I probably shock cooled the engine because I had to bring so much power off. Alright, I'm going to press up again. Okay. Well, we're descending at a rate of knots. Alright, there we are. Sort of calm things down for us. Alright, let's not cheat. So what I'm going to do, now we're nicely stabilised on this heading, I'm going to go back to heading select, and I'm going to use this instrument to navigate off from Seattle, because I want to get this tuned up for the ILS now. So the final approach course is 167 for the ILS. About there, and we'll make the ILS active, which is 109.1. There we are. So that, I think, we even got the glide slope come on. That's a good sign. Oh well, we're coming out of IMC now as well, which also helps. But yeah, that's a very sensitive autopilot. Dial it to 500. Oh, so you can actually dial your vertical speed. How on earth do you do that? That's just to set your MCP. How do you actually dial in what the vertical speed you want? I just pressed down once we're diving crazy. Anyway, coming down to 2000. That's telling me that heading's good. And by the time we get... Is it levelling off at 2000 now, I guess? I don't know how this autopilot system works. So it says out. I guess it's levelling off for me. We'll keep a close eye on it. You tune the vertical speed via the dial to the right of the up-down button. To the right of the up-down button. What, this is what the altitude select? Are you sure? I mean, increase or decrease selected altitude, that looks like to me. Anyway, there's 2000. Just to show you on the charts again where we are. So we should be bang on this radial, and when we're a distance of 11.3, you can see the distance from the VOR. Oh no, I've tuned the ILS there. Oh, we don't have DME for the second nave, but we should be around here. I'll just show you. Where's the... Oh, well, not bad, look. Not bad. It should be a little bit further right, but you get the idea. You get the idea. But it's doing a good job maintaining 2,100 feet. Anyway, we should hopefully see the airport soon. I'm going to maintain around 90 knots or so. You press out again to get into VS mode, I think. Okay. Yeah, it must apologize. I've never used the Cessnas I flew. Never. Okay. Got you. Alright, well, we'll maintain 2,100 feet then. Right, glide slope's coming anyway. Well, we'll need to arm the approach function soon. We're still flying beautifully outbound from Seattle. Make a slight right turn, just to intercept the localizer a little sooner. Because glide slope's coming in now. I want to start descending soon. But I need to maintain 2,000 until we're established on the localizer. Really, you can only descend when you're within 1 dot half scale of the localizer on the ILS. You can't descend on the ILS before then. That's ICAO. But you can see there's the airport. Getting onto the glide slope now. So what I'm going to do is sort of cheat a little bit here. I'm just going to give myself a little bit of more of a base leg because we're going to get high on the glide slope. But yeah, you can see on the let's have a look at the GPS. There you go. There's skin. Excellent. So the localizer's going to come in any second. I'll arm approach, so it should intercept the localizer and then the glide slope. Hopefully, it'll do both. I'm just going to start a gentle descent. Remember what I said though. You need to wait until 1 dot, but we are sort of VMC now. Cancel IFR, and then someone said press vertical speed, wasn't it? I can't remember now. Getting a tad high though. Ooh. How do I descend? Alright, what I'm going to do is disconnect the autopilot and hand fly, because I want to be at 2,000 feet. Right, I'm going to go heads down, so I'm going to demonstrate an ILS approach. So I'm going to keep descending, maintaining this autopilot. Is that definitely disconnected? Yeah. Right, there's the localizer. Right, let's set runway heading now, which is 167. Crikey, I'm climbing. So I've overshot the localizer completely. Going to do around 1,000 feet per minute to recapture that glide slope. Right, there's 167. So I need to make... I'm heading around 150. Remember, the minimums is 500 feet, so I'm going to pop my head up at 500. Right, localizer's coming in quite nicely on that heading. We really need to start descending now, so we're getting a bit high. There's a notch of flaps. Just going to do 1,000 feet per minute. Get back onto that glide slope. Right, there's the localizer, and that's set runway heading 167. Not taking any drift into account here. Right, that's the localizer sorted. There's the glide slope now, so I'm going to pitch up here. I'm looking at this instrument, by the way, for the localizer and glide slope. There's runway heading set. What's our ground speed? 5 times that. That's your required rate of descent. Where's my ground speed? 90 knots. So 9 times 5, 450. I need to be doing around 450 feet per minute to stay on the glide slope. I'm going to take flap 25 as the balloon from the flaps. Okay, that's looking good. Localizer's telling me to fly right slightly, so make a slight heading adjustment. Set around 450 feet per minute. So hard. That's looking much better. There we are. So nicely stabilised, around 450, 500 feet. Going to take the final notch of flaps for 70 knots. At 500 feet, that's minimums, okay? So at 500 feet, we're going to pop our head up, see how we're doing. I hope Microsoft have fixed the dodgy ILS glide slope issue. Slightly drifting off that localizer, so we need to fly left. Glide slope's okay, tad low, let's level off there. Again, I need to make a further turn to the left. I'm just getting a bit off that localizer here. That should do it. Right, let's keep wings level now. Just going to level off briefly there, speed's a bit low. Oh, I'm having to scan hard here. Really scanning hard between artificial horizon. Speed, right, there we are, back on localizer, back on glide slope, so 500 feet per minute, keep descending now. Ooh, it's no 73, that's for sure. 70 knots, final approach speed set. $100 feet above minimums. If we look up and there's a tree, I've done something wrong. Right, approaching minimums. Right, there's minimums, here we go. Oh, 3 reds, not bad. Oh, love it, love it. Works. Oh, a bit fast now. It works. There you are, that's an ILS approach, manually flown. 3 whites. Lovely. But a bit fast over the fresh here, so I'm going to cut the power. Order off. Come on, where are you? Oh, not bad. We're down. Brake to see if we can make the first exit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tacoma. Oh my god, flaps up. I hope you enjoyed that. That was really fun. There we are. There we go. Back to Tacoma. Lovely round trip today. Live weather, of course. I can't believe we made it. And here come the members as well, landing behind us. Superbly done, flying in formation whilst I was in IMC. 10 out of 10 for that. Amazing. We'll taxi back onto stand. Oh, don't know what's happened to my music playlist. I was pressed play, but it's not working. There's my taxi music. There it is. Superb. So taxi on in here. Flaps are up. Strobes can come off. Oops. Oh, I know what I forgot to do for landing is make sure fully rich. I didn't do any sort of landing checks. Didn't do my bum fitch checks. Alright, where are we going to go? Alright, there's someone standing over there to taxi us in. So we go a right turn. Good fun that was. Really good fun. I never flew an ILS approach in the 172, only during my IR in the Seneca. But it all works well. There's the marshaller. See what instructions they'll give. How are they going to... What? Which way does she want me to face, I wonder? Sharp right turn by the looks of it. Oh, I've overshot that. Oh, a bit of differential braking needed for that. Please don't get mad with me. Stop! Not bad. Thanks a lot, Trevor. Right, parking brake set. Excellent. You know what? I should probably actually do the checklist for proper. En route climb, cruise, descent, before landing. We did all that after landing. So flaps are up, landing light as required. They can come off now. Taxi light as well, nav light as well. Elevator trim reset to neutral. I remember doing all this on the taxi. And transponder to off. Avionics bus switch 1 and 2 off. Magnetos, engine idle. Do a cut-off test. I can't remember doing that. Is that to see if it doesn't... Yeah, I think that's just to make sure the engine doesn't cut off. Then mixture to idle cut off. There we go. That'll do. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tacoma. I can't say it. Tacoma. Very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Watch the other guys park up as well. Superb. Really enjoyable flight. Don't have a look at my parking. Really great. There's nothing else like that moment. I guess that's referring to the ILS approach. We're all counting on you, said Kane Foster, on the approach. Tail strike. Yeah, I was really holding off that one. Unfortunately, still no ability to do a replay on the stream. I'm afraid, guys, that is it for today. Been very enjoyable to do the Sunday stream. Oh God, how did I completely forget that? We've still got to do the merch giveaway. Oh my goodness me. Right, so we're going to do a merch giveaway. Okay. We'll shut that racket off. Look. He's doing his power checks afterwards. We're going to do the merch giveaway. So all you have to do, guys, is answer the correct... let me put this again. I'm going to ask you a question. You need to just answer correctly in chat, okay? And whoever answers correctly in chat will be randomly chosen from Nightbot, okay? It's going to be a very, very simple question, nothing too difficult. And then if you are the winner, I'll send you an item from the merch store up to a certain value. You just need to get in contact with me through social media, be it Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, DM me that way, email, and just show me it's you on your profile. So all you have to do is click on your top right hand screen on your YouTube, show me it's your name with the sign out button, so that makes sure that it is 100% the correct person. So all I'm going to do is simply ask a question. You just need to put it in chat, okay? This is not the word, it is not case sensitive. You can use caps or non-caps, it's completely up to you. Alright, so I'm just going to put the correct answer, okay, in Nightbot. So here we are, it is giveaways, there we go. I'll try not to give away the answer, which I have done before. Keyword I'm now entering. It's about your US states, okay? So I've entered the keyword. Guys, in chat, could you simply answer this question? What state is south of Washington? We're in Seattle, the state of Washington. What is the name of the state south of Washington? That's all you need to answer. Beautiful. There it goes. Lots of correct answers coming in. Oregon. Very good. That is indeed the correct answer. I'll let a few more people smash that correct answer in. It is then completely chosen randomly by Nightbot, who the winner is. And then, as I said, just get in contact with me through social media afterwards and we'll get that all organised for you. Paul Antoine said the UK. Not quite. Very good. Orangutan? Unbelievable. Right, keep an eye out on voice chat. On the live chat here, because Nightbot will tell everyone who the correct winner is. So here we are, I'm going to roll it. The correct winner is Doug T. Doug T is the winner who got the answer correct. Congratulations to you. Doug T, if you are still in chat, drop me a message here. We'll hopefully see your response to winning the giveaway. And then don't forget, Doug T, to get in contact with you through social media, be it Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Show me the log out page, and they'll go through there. He says thanks. Thank you very much, Doug T. Oh, Doug T, you're a member. Oh my goodness, I didn't even realise. It's definitely not rigged, guys. It's open to anyone that's won. It's actually the first time in a while a member's won. Recently we've had a lot of normal regular subscribers win, so congratulations to you. There's the rigged comments. Rigged system. Amazing. I don't even know who it is. Unbelievable. Smells rigged. Right then, guys, well, we're going to call that a day for another Flight Deck to Sim live stream. I hope you really enjoyed that stream of Microsoft Flight Simulator. As I said, next stream I'm planning provisionally to be on Thursday in the Zebo Mod 737, most likely in Europe. We'll have a look at some other options available on the VATSIM. I generally look at the VATSIM events and see what's available, because that allows me to do everything as realistically as possible. Captain Boss, a voice chat. Yeah, I'll jump on voice chat for members after the stream for 10-15 minutes or so, have a chat and go from there. But as ever, thank you very much to everyone that donated today. Very generous of you. Everyone that bought the merch as well. We've got 10% off all merch as well. That ends at midnight today. If you are so interested, that is a promotion from Teespring. And thanks everyone as well that provides the continued support as members. As ever, I always try to provide as much content for you as possible in return for your generosity as well. And don't forget, guys, if you're just a regular viewer, all I ever ask is you to like and subscribe to the video as well. So subscribe to stay up to date with the content, like the video, gets it out to a few more people as well. Otherwise, I will see you all hopefully on Thursday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, stay safe out there, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye for now.